We know you're uncertain about psychics. Is this fortune teller you found on a forum legit?
Your one true love is...
me!
That's why California Psychics reject 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. New customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
At Homes.com, we do whatever it takes to get you the in-depth info on local schools you won't find anywhere else. Things like student-teacher ratio, test scores, and school programs. And sometimes that requires attending school recitals. So many recitals.
That's my son. Isn't he terrific?
Yeah, a real prodigy. Homes.com.
Ding dong.
We've done your homework.
This episode is brought to you by PBS, home of Ken Burns. Ken Burns films aren't just documentaries, they're national events. And his latest, The American Revolution, is the one you've been waiting for. When you think American Revolution, you probably picture tea crates in Boston Harbor, founders signing documents in Philadelphia, redcoats marching into battle. But Ken Burns, along with Sarah Botstein and David Schmidt, takes us so much deeper. This was a revolution that was bloody, complicated, and unbelievably consequential. It's a story of people, some you know and many you don't, who risked everything to change the course of history. Their fight for independence lit a spark for freedom that still burns today. George Washington called it the cause of mankind. And John Adams wrote to his wife Abigail, "Posterity, you will never know what it cost us to preserve your freedom." With the American Revolution, Ken Burns and his team bring us a story that's vast, human, and deeply relevant. A story that belongs to all of us. Stream the American Revolution on the PBS app. I can't wait to watch.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the men's room.
And away we go. Welcome to season 19, episode number 4,228. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. And you are the men's room. Let's have today the return of Who Sucks Less. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, the men's room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Click, clap.
All right, here we go. Japanese man says his hobby is breaking into homes, but not stealing anything. Meanwhile, doctors recommend taking a walk after dinner tomorrow to let your butt sing. Speaking of doctors, never good when one tells you your penis is dead. A woman gets a DUI when around an airport runway she sped. And firefighters save a pretzel's life from a burning house in Bothell. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. Okay, I don't know if anyone's told you. I don't know if you heard, but Thanksgiving is tomorrow.
What?
Yeah, man, Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Jeez. And if you're like millions of Americans, you'll be spending a large part of the day with family. You know, the aunt in a holiday sweater covered in cat hair, the drunk uncle, the racist grandfather, the weird cousin that really should have a job but still doesn't, the sibling who flew in all the way from Toledo, and, of course, the sister with the really stupid husband, or as we like to call it, the family. And whatever else might happen tomorrow, you can pretty much count on hearing that story. And you already know the one because it's the same story every year about that thing that happened to a certain family member or something that family member did. And depending on your family, the story might be funny, it might be salacious, or it might be downright insane. So there's a few headlines that we came across just today that we expect gonna be a hot topic of conversation around those particular families' dinner tables. For example, man missing for 25 years, found after sister spots him in a news article. That's a good story. But here's one that'll make Thanksgiving awkward. Mom hid daughter in drawer for 3 years. And then here's one that's simply stupid. Mother admits she's having trouble pronouncing her own newborn baby's name because she named her child something that she has a hard time pronouncing. But look, today we want to hear about your family as you answer today's question. And this is what we want to know in honor of Thanksgiving. Good or bad? What is the most legendary story involving a member of your family?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
All right, remember, the machine knows if you're lying. First statement, Carvana will give you a real offer on your car all online.
False.
True, actually. You can sell your car in minutes.
False? That's gotta be...
True again. Carvana will pick up your car from your door, or you can drop it off at one of their car vending machines.
Sounds too good to be true, so true.
Finally caught on. Nice job. Honesty isn't just their policy, it's their entire model. Sell your car today, too.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Uh-huh. Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it.
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Don't let the holidays derail your fitness. Stay on track with Hydro. 20 minutes rowing on a Hydro targets 86% of your muscles as Olympians guide you from incredible locations worldwide. Running can't compete. That's why 90% stick with Hydro a year later. GQ named the Hydro Arc the best rower of 2025. And every Hydro comes with free shipping, a 30-day trial, and warranty. Go to hydro.com code FIT and save up to $600 on your next Hydro. Hydro.com code FIT.
At Maurice's, we're all about great jeans. You know, the ones that fit you just right. The ones that go from work days to weekends and everywhere in between. The ones that simply make you feel good. Because you don't just wear jeans, you live in them. With 25 sizes, 5 lengths, and 6 denim brands, you've got options. And fit experts in every store to make jean shopping easier. Find great jeans starting at $29.90 in stores and at Maurice's.com.
Fun fact, you can't get pregnant every day. You're only fertile for 6 days, ovulation day and the 5 days leading up to it. Natural Cycles is the only birth control app that can pinpoint your fertile window by analyzing your hormone-driven temperature trends. It's more than just a basic cycle tracking app. Natural Cycles is the only FDA-cleared and CE-marked birth control app and has helped millions prevent and plan for pregnancy naturally. Save 15% when you sign up today with code RADIO15. Learn more at naturalcycles.com.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Oh, but Charles, away we go. Welcome to Season 19, Episode number 4,228. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat.
Oh, yeah.
Exciting return of Who Sucks Less. I don't know how you do it, Steve. You bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. People do bad things. It's up to us to determine. Out of the 3 stories, which one sucks the least? I'm assuming you went easy over the holiday edition.
You know what they say about assuming things, Miles?
Okay.
It makes an ass out of you. They also say it me, but, just you. No, not really. And maybe I shouldn't have picked these since food is a big thing tomorrow. One of them involves food that you wouldn't eat. Another one involves a man with an interesting fascination, and then a father that tried to have a bonding moment with his son.
Ooh, okay.
He just didn't do it well.
Who Sucks Less is coming up at 4:30. Also, one thing you have to know concerning coats for kids. The deal is we want to put a brand new coat on a kid in need in the Pacific Northwest. Now, we have a great start, a great jump on this, but just know if you have some time, head to KISW.com, give what you can. We're going to hit that $50,000 mark and do some good, as there are 300,000 kids, believe it or not, in Washington who live in poverty. So if you get some time, please head there and give what you can. All right, the question today, good or bad, what is the most legendary story involving a member of your family? Steve, as you said, there are stories that get told when family members are around all the time as far as cool things that family members have done, embarrassing things that family members have done.
I feel like it's more embarrassing or bad than the
worst.
Cool, but it seems like Thanksgiving or Christmas, whatever the holiday is where you spend the most time with the most members of extended family, you already know the story that's coming.
Yeah.
And everyone there has heard it 5 million times, except usually, I don't know if there's like the new boyfriend or girlfriend or something. Someone will take the opportunity to be like, oh, how long have you been dating Ted? Oh, about 3 months now.
Sure.
Oh, let me tell you about Ted from 37 years ago when he pooped his pants in front of Mickey. And like, you've heard the story. It changes a little bit, but it will never, ever, ever, ever go away. And even though you've already heard it, it's like watching your favorite movie. You listen to it again.
Yes.
I told a buddy yesterday, he unfortunately acquired a black eye when we were out recently on a trip. And
How many black eyes have been going around these days?
Dude, it's contagious.
He started it.
Is this the third black eye story I've heard in the last 2 weeks?
This is the same second one.
No.
No?
He had his first, then your wife,
This is a different one?
Hang on. And then VD's lady friend acquired a black eye. So there's 3 black eye stories total.
In 1 week.
But I told him, I said, now that it's all healed up, because I'll be with him on Friday with a group of friends for a birthday, I said, you're not going to want to hear this, but I have to tell the story at least once or twice.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because it involves chicken wings left on the floor. I mean,
I
it's a
heard
whole
it yesterday.
story.
And it's like, it's a great story. I mean, it's not hugely epic. And if you know this guy, it's kind of par for the course. But I enjoyed hearing it, going like, this all makes sense.
No concussions. He's not hurt. So I'm like, you got the all clear from your doctor. He's like, yeah, Mike.
He went to the doctor.
Yeah.
Just to make sure he wasn't concussed?
No, I did my amateur boxer estimation that I was like, I don't think he's concussed. It was more to make sure he hadn't really fractured his eye socket.
And you said it was real bad.
Yeah, I mean, his whole face was swollen up.
I've told the story before about my grandfather who was in World War II, and he was on a minesweeper, and he took a coconut off of the Bikini Atoll before they blew it up. Now, the other story, depending on what family we went to for Thanksgiving, was the story of my other grandfather, and that's my stepfather's dad, Grandfather Nick. And Grandfather Nick was also a veteran of World War II. But the story that we heard was because we were kids, was the story of when he and his twin brother, Uncle Joe, were kids growing up. And their father fought in World War I.
Okay.
All right. But at the time, it was the Great Depression, so to speak. They were younger. They were 8 and 9. And both of them, because of their father, they were training to be boxers at the age from 6 on.
Okay, yeah.
They're both twin brothers. And they would fight each other, and they would spar each other constantly with their dad over top of them, basically teaching them all the techniques.
How to beat each other to death.
Because their father was a boxer in the Army in World War I.
All right.
That was what he did. That was one of the things he did. But being from an Italian household, boxing was the most popular sport other than soccer.
Yeah.
And so they boxed. So at one point in time, the United States Army or the United States government, they basically determined that they were not going to give bonuses to the men that they signed up and guaranteed bonuses to be able to put a down payment on a home.
Yeah.
To be able to put your kid through school. And it was the Army bonus. At one point in time, the Army said, you know what? Because of the Depression and everything else, even though you all did your job and came back, we're not going to give you that bonus. And so a small little rebellion started in Portland, Oregon. And this is 1931, 1932.
Okay.
This is after World War I. That movement grew into a march on Washington, D.C. Now, the guys who are marching there were all veterans. They were going for their benefits. They did not know that the United States Army would then be ordered to attack them.
To attack the veterans that are protesting.
The veterans at the memorials, at the White House, at the Capitol, that were there on a peaceful mission to march to get their bonus money.
Yeah.
It was called the Bonus
March.
And when they get there, they get tear gassed. They get shot at. My grandfather and his brother, they went there as 8, 9-year-olds to provide entertainment for the troops, and they would have boxing matches. Now they
like
would
a
have,
smoker.
Yeah, they would have them individually with guys who were in the service, but they also had these 2 young kids who would go up all the time and fight each other, and they became like the stars of the show. as far as people wanting to see these two fight. Again, they're twin brothers. They have the same skill set.
Right.
They literally would go up there, and they fought all the time.
Is this still a bare knuckle back then?
They stood toe to toe with each other, as two brothers would, and they did this every day, and people would come around and give money to their father, like as a little donation, just so he had some money to feed everybody and feed them. And they became somewhat famous as being the two kids who were boxers during the Bonus March. So the story was just about. They also got tear gassed.
Right. There's also that.
They were driven from D.C., but eventually, because of that march, they were able to get, and they talked about, traveling, just being able to get to D.C., how difficult that was, finding a place to stay. They all stayed in tents.
Right.
So they were all just down there, kind of camping out, waiting to find out what the government was going to say about this. And then all of a sudden, one afternoon, here comes their own guys, and they're attacking them.
Who was the president at that time?
Oh, man, I don't know. 1932.
Is that
who is
Hoover?
That? Hoover, maybe?
Maybe.
But it became a legendary thing, and one of those things where, we kind of made it a point in history.
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
FDR.
Oh, he beat Hoover.
Oh,
literally in 32. So I don't know what.
Okay.
If that march was
I say
before.
FDR
Right.
didn't strike me as that type. Hoover wouldn't strike me as that type, but Hoover was going through some stuff, I would say. At that
but as a
time.
part of a history, you learned a lot about that time and era. Also, they had vivid memories of their time there, and all the other kids that they met where families were there, and just how kind of how famous they ended up being in just a short amount of time, as far as the people who were down there and lifting their spirits and everything else.
Is there any connection to the Montgomery GI Bill?
This was the Olivers, so this was a different family.
Okay.
This was my stepfather's family. But, I'll take credit for that.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, it's got to be somebody in my family.
Hey, good work.
I mean, look, we're all Montgomerys after all,
Yeah.
Except for the ones who play football. Definitely a division there. But, it was kind of, we were the same age when he was telling the stories. It was like, when we were your age, bless you, Ted, this is what we did. And that was the crazy thing that kind of.
And what were you doing at that time?
I was failing math.
Right.
I was like, so I was your age. We did this, and I was like, man, that was just a cool story.
That is, but that's also kind of a historic, positive story.
Correct. It is. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. When you can tell a story that involves actual U.S. history, you're like, oh wow, man, that's significant. Like the one story my mother always tells, nothing to do with history. It was just a moment in time for her, which was her best friend. A woman named Sylvia, and they were roommates at the time. And Sylvia started dating this new guy. And she'd been talking about him to my mom. My mother had never met her. So this guy was going to come by in his car and take Sylvia and my mother out for dinner. Right? So she's like, cool. Kind of the third wheel, but an invited third wheel. We're going to ride the tricycle today. So she goes, now keep in mind, I'm a black woman. This is the early 60s. You have no rights. Your jobs pay crap. And here comes this brother in a Cadillac. Mm-hmm. And already she's like, he must be up to no good, right? Because brothers aren't rolling around in a Cadillac like that unless they were up to no good. But this guy pulls up. She said, pretty good looking guy, young guy, whatever. And she steps in the car. She had to get in back. Sylvia got to sit up front, next to her boyfriend. And my mom gets in back, and she introduces herself. And she says, this guy turns around, and she said everything he said rhymed. And he was super cocky. And it really, that's not the way to get on my mother's good side. But she's like, look, I'm not dating the guy. It is what it is. But he turns around and introduces himself and says, my name is Cassius Clay. My mother's like, wow, great. Nice to meet you. Carolyn Cox at the time, not Carolyn Hilliard. And they went out and they had a fine dinner. And she said, but this guy, man, he talked through the entire dinner. It's not like he bragged. He would do a lot of humble bragging. Hell, nothing humble about the man. But he kind of did some bragging, but it didn't seem like he was trying to belittle anyone around him. He was just exceptionally confident. And my mother finally asked him, said, look, what do you do? He's like, I'm a fighter. I'm a boxer. She's like, oh, so you don't have a job. That's my mom's take on it, right? He's like, oh, I'm getting paid, blah, 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 blah. So I don't know where he was in his career at this time, but he was not being like nationally televised yet because you still didn't really know who he was. And my mom wasn't paying attention to boxing anyway. But he kept saying, hey, I think he had to go somewhere to do something, maybe train for a fight or something. But he was going to be gone for a significant number of weeks. So as he's saying goodbye to my mom's friend Sylvia, and then he's, bidding adieu to my mother at the time, he's like, oh, the next time you see me, I'm going to be something special. And my mother shrugged it off because she goes, when you talk to this guy, that was always just kind of how he carried himself anyway. So no matter what he said, you didn't quite believe it. Sure enough, Sylvia and this guy, they break up, but Sylvia gives my mom a call like a year and a half later or something. Says, like, put on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
I was going to say, is this before he was in the Olympics? Is this before? It has to be, right?
So. I think so, right?
Because he went to war.
Yeah, he didn't.
He didn't.
He did not.
Yeah,
and he had to serve his time. And when he got out of prison, he was now Muhammad Ali. All right, so because he was Cassius Clay, spent his time in prison. Served his time, came out as Muhammad Ali. So she met him as Cassius Clay because that's how he rolled at the time. Anyway, she's like, I turn on ABC's Wide World of Sports or whatever it was, and she's like, why am I going to watch a boxing match? Because her friend Sylvia never explained why she wanted her to watch, and she's like, sure enough, I hear them say the name Cassius Clay, and she's like, there is no way, as my mom puts it, it is this fool that my friend was dating. And sure enough, she goes, this fool walks into the ring. He's dancing around pre-fight. And she's like, oh, my God, he hasn't changed. He's still an idiot. Look at how cocky. She's like, man, in like 3 rounds, he just tore some big guy apart. And she was like, I became a Cassius Clay fan. Then my man went to jail, and she was like, look, do your time. But when he came out Muhammad Ali, she was like, you know why you change your name when you go to prison? This is what she always tells me based on this. Like, why? She goes, because you're coming out pissed off. And he came out and went on to have the career. I'm like, that is insane. She goes, well, look, at the time, I did not know that he was going to be this international icon. You can't predict that about someone early in someone's career.
But didn't your mom also go to like high school with Clarence Clemens from Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band?
Okay, well, that's high school. So 2 people she went to high school with. It was Clarence Clemens from the E Street Band. And one thing she said about him was that dude played his saxophone all the time. So like the bell would ring, and between classes, he would walk down the hall playing the sax, but the kids thought it was cool. Like, it wasn't annoying. He was real nice, blah, 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 blah. I think he may have dated one of her friends, but I'd ask my mother, hey, did you ever date Clarence Clemens? I cannot give an exact quote, but she goes, I thought he was an ugly mother effer. I mean, she goes, he was nice.
She didn't say mother effer.
She did.
Oh, did she?
That is how my mom talks. If you ask her a question like
wow, that's pretty harsh.
Because it was almost really offensive to her.
What about Steve? He is one
ugly mother effer, right?
Thanks.
And then she also went to school with oh, crap, I can't think of his name. The brother from WKRP.
Venus Flytrap?
Yeah, Venus Flytrap. What is his name? Something Reed.
I mean, the problem is Clarence Clemens, by the time I Google him, he's already in the band and looks cool.
Oh, he looks cool, but look at his face.
Vernon. No, that's Tim Reed.
That's Tim Reed.
Tim
Thank
Reed.
you.
Thank you.
A black Tim.
Black Tim.
Our question, good or bad, what is the most legendary story involving a member of your family? 206-803-ROCK.
All right, remember, the machine knows if you're lying. First statement, Carvana will give you a real offer on your car all online.
False.
True, actually. You can sell your car in minutes.
False? That's gotta be...
True again. Carvana will pick up your car from your door, or you can drop it off at one of their car vending machines.
Sounds too good to be true, so true.
Finally caught on. Nice job. Honesty isn't just their policy, it's their entire model. Sell your car today, too.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
Homes.com has collaboration tools to help home shoppers search, share, and discuss home shopping with family, friends, and their agent directly through the site. Though it was fun to get that email from your husband about that 3-bedroom in the hills, to which you replied via text that you would never live in the hills and you'd like to find a 3-bedroom closer to the beach. To which he replied, why are you so uncompromising? A fun way to spend an afternoon, but we think it's just a tad bit easier our way.
Homes.com. Ding dong. We've done your homework.
Don't let the holidays derail your fitness. Stay on track with Hydro. 20 minutes rowing on a Hydro targets 86% of your muscles as Olympians guide you from incredible locations worldwide. Running can't compete. That's why 90% stick with Hydro a year later. GQ named the Hydro Arc the best rower of 2025. And every Hydro comes with free shipping, a 30-day trial, and warranty. Go to hydro.com, code FIT, and save up to $600 on your next Hydro. Hydro.com, code FIT.
At Maurice's, we're all about great jeans. You know, the ones that fit you just right. The ones that simply make you feel good. Because you don't just wear jeans, you live in them. Find great jeans starting at $29.90 in stores and at Maurice's.com.
Fun fact, you can't get pregnant every day. You're only fertile for 6 days, ovulation day and the 5 days leading up to it. Natural Cycles is the only birth control app that can pinpoint your fertile window by analyzing your hormone-driven temperature trends. It's more than just a basic cycle tracking app. Natural Cycles is the only FDA-cleared and CE-marked birth control app and has helped millions prevent and plan for pregnancy naturally. Save 15% when you sign up today with code RADIO15. Learn more at naturalcycles.com.
The mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
All right, so we can say good or bad. This one kind of bad. So there's a dude up in Wisconsin who basically decided to fake his own death.
Yes.
He took a kayak out on a lake and over-tipped the kayak, left his, I want to say, whatever items that you would normally think that no one would ever leave behind.
Right.
Like his cell phone was still on the shore, or his, I don't know, car keys. His vehicle was left there.
Yeah.
So he fakes his own death. Then apparently what this guy does is he gets on an electric bike and rides that electric bike 70 miles north on the electric bike.
Does that put you in Canada?
He is real close to Canada because that's his ultimate drop-off point. He then, a day later, crossed over into the border of Canada, got himself on an airplane, and flew to somewhere in Eastern Europe.
Okay.
With a woman that apparently he was corresponding with.
No, wait, was he already married?
He was married with 3 children.
Oh, okay.
He's 44 years old. They had an idea that this happened because he used his actual passport when he boarded the flight to Europe. He did check back in with authorities and his family members and said, I'm sorry.
How much time had gone by?
Keep in mind,
Or did they say?
a few weeks. They've been looking for him at the bottom of this lake and used resources for weeks. You know, the sonar stuff. They had divers going down there.
Yeah.
They're trying to find this guy. He's alive and well. They still don't know where this guy is. He changed the hard drive in his computer. He erased his search history before he disappeared, the day before. These were some of the tips.
All right.
He also took out a $375,000 life insurance policy, which was intended to help his family. But then...
The one that he abandoned, yes.
He transferred those funds to a foreign account, changed his email, and was in Uzbekistan, apparently when these transactions went through. They were able to get in contact through him through a Russian, quote, speaking woman. They have yet to verify it's the same woman he'd been speaking to before disappearing, but they are assuming that this is the same person. He expressed concerns if he does come back to the United States, it's going to be hard to live, and no one will accept him. But the community has stated before that they're willing to forgive him, especially if he comes back and he can convince his kids that he's sorry. Christmas is coming. What a better gift he could give his kids than to be there for Christmas with them.
I don't know if that's the spin I would put on that story.
Wait, he faked his death, and then he went to Russia for a woman, right?
Uzbekistan, sure.
Correct, yes.
All right. I think I've seen a video they think is that same guy where he's like on a bicycle and there's somebody holding a sign up that's like stop for advice.
All right.
And he's like, yeah, thinking about moving for this woman. Like, I don't know if it's real, but if it is him, it's so awkward. He's like, well, no, I love my wife and my family. I like this woman more.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is definitely...
Either way, tomorrow's going to be awkward Thanksgiving for that family, man. Because, look, I'm sure they have other relatives that say, oh, Carol, don't go through the stress. We'll take her before you. That's great. Carol shows up at, I don't know, her sister's house or whatever. Those 3 kids are still going to be absolutely miserable. And there's no way you can't bring that up. Because I know how my wife operates, right? She would say, it's my sister. So my brother-in-law pulled this move, all right? So she's coming out for Thanksgiving, and she's bringing the 3 kids with her. I go, okay, that's the right thing to do. And she'd say, hey, whatever you do, don't bring up Doug, who went to Uzbekistan.
Right.
Like, babe, there is no way on earth I can't bring up her Uzbekistani husband.
Okay.
Who did,
All right, look.
Thanksgiving's ruined forever, man. There's no way this does not come up.
Any spouse will tell you, the idea of their significant other passing on is one of the most horrible thoughts you could ever have.
I don't know that my wife agrees, but
well,
sure.
Exactly. She would be heartbroken.
I mean, for a minute,
But eventually, like most people who are widowers, some tend to move on in life and
my
continue.
wife would reach out to Tay Diggs and the brothers and bring it to
exactly. But even if you think your kids don't love you, trust me, they do.
They do.
They love you more than anything in the world. They might not have the means to express it to you as they would like to. Maybe one day they will. But they do. They love you a lot. And the idea of you being gone, and by being gone, I mean you are dead.
Yeah.
So the kayak is upside down. Your car's still there.
Right. All that trauma, all that
for
crap.
3 weeks, your children believe that their father has passed away. So just the emotional toll of any human being, especially a child, knowing that one of their parents, and essentially he is gone.
He's not there.
He's not.
He's just not dead.
He's correct. But they believed that their father had passed away.
That to me is the worst part of the story. Man.
Correct.
I mean, that,
when you look at the whole
on.
scope of everything, the wife could go, well, he's kind of a jackass anyway.
Well, one thing that's not mentioned in that article, they said, well, first of all, as one of our more astute listeners points out, if the guy comes back to the States, he's also going to go to jail. So it's not like he's coming home for Christmas. They're going to put your ass in jail.
Insurance fraud, everything
all
else.
that stuff, right?
Right.
But the other thing, it just seems to me like, okay, you pulled this move, your kids thought you were dead. Now that they know you're alive, I can't imagine the rage they have inside. But in the article, it says the community said it would forgive him. Well, the community has no personal involvement. It did not say if the wife or kids were. And look, if it's me, I just need forgiveness from my family.
You left me for another woman, faked to death
in Uzbekistan,
jumped the border, flew out of Canada, and you won't even identify where you are in Europe. You left me. You left our kids behind.
Got rid of your search history.
Sorry.
Right.
That is. That's a lot of layers. That's a lot more than I think we're taking some time off and we're separating for a small amount of time to try to figure things out. If that's where you're at,
and you're right about the kids. I think that's up to those kids and time to make a decision. But if I'm that wife,
no, come on,
there's no chance.
No,
you're right.
No.
You're dead. You know what? You are dead to me.
Correct.
People have gotten divorced for much more petty things than that.
Correct. Now, here's a family story that's not nearly that deep, but it is kind of interesting. And the story came out yesterday. Could Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins and comedian Bill Burr be half-brothers? Well, Billy Corgan's stepmother, she seems to believe so. And she told him this. This was not some wild thing that Billy Corgan
or some internet crap,
concocted in his brain when he saw Bill Burr and said, you know what, we do have a similarity. Because he never thought that. He did not know who Bill Burr was initially. But he was on Howie Mandel's podcast, and he shared a story he's never told anyone before, and it goes like this. About 10 years ago, my stepmom said to me, do you know who Bill Burr is? And at that point, I never heard of him. I pulled up a picture on the phone, and I kind of noticed right away, you know what, he kind of looks exactly like my father.
Okay.
She goes, I think it is one of your father's illegitimate children. Bill Burr might be one of the children that your father sired in his days of being a traveling musician. She said, this is a true story. I'm not making this up. There is no joke in this. Please know I'm telling you the truth. Billy says it seemed possible at first because they are similar in age, and when he turned 18, at that time, his dad told him in private that he had a secret half-brother named Bill. Now, keep in mind.
So Bill Burr has a secret half-brother named Bill?
He told Billy Corgan.
Okay.
He's got a secret brother named Bill.
That's confusing.
I didn't even think about that, but now
Same
that
name.
you've said it, like apparently Dad, like I really like the name
And
William.
he also had another child named Bill.
Jeez, man. Was it George Foreman?
He had them with different women. They
So
did
just
not
name
know.
them all Billy, and you won't screw it up.
Not to mention, his stepmom thinks the dad had a total of at least 12 illegitimate children.
Damn.
And where Bill Burr's mother lived was part of his territory and a town that he would go to regularly. All right. But ultimately, Billy says, I can't buy it all the way. It's my belief at this point, because I've sat on the story for 10 years, I don't think Bill Burr and I are related. I think it's just one of those things. There are people in the world that look alike, so maybe that's just it.
Maybe. It's easy enough to do a DNA test.
But not when your stepmother is the one that's concocting this thing based
That's
on
the
facts
difference.
that she knows to be true. This is not your mother who does not want to tell you a deep, dark secret about your dad to protect him. This is a stepmom.
Right.
You know, stepmom probably went, yeah, that's why I divorced his ass, because, you know, I found out he had at least 12 illegitimate children.
All named Bill.
You know, I love him, but, you know, he's never faithful, so I had to move on in life.
Sure.
Whatever the deal is. Like, it seems more believable when it's coming from someone that's not your maternal parent.
Maybe.
In a way.
Yeah. There's no reason.
Because why else would you say this about someone who'd passed on?
Right. Yeah.
Except for the
Yeah,
fact that, you know, that's what she thinks. So,
yeah. Also, though, I mean, the guy's passed on, so maybe it's like, all right, I can kind of tell him now.
I would think that goes a long way.
I mean, what is an age you drop that on any kid?
Yeah.
I don't care if they're an adult or not. You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's hard to know. Do you want to drop it on them when they're a kid, so at least they can come to terms with it on their own, grow up with it as part of their life? Do you wait until they're 18, say you're an adult, and let them know, or you wait until you're on your deathbed and you're like, I've been holding the secret for 50 years, blah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd be more like, to me, tell me at 18.
Right.
If there's something I need to know, just tell me at 18. I'm an adult. Whether I like it or not, that's part of the adult world. Things suck, you deal with it. That's how life works. If you told me on your deathbed, I would say, all right, before you tell me this, it better be like real juicy, man, if you've been holding this from me.
well, like, look, I'll tell a little family secret, right? Like. And
my mother was born a man.
To my dad's credit, right? He fought in Vietnam, right? You know, went to OCS, found out at Arlington that he had a Bronze Star. So he did do all that stuff. But he also bitched and moaned about the draft my entire childhood.
Right.
Then finally, at like 19 or 20, my mom just looks at me and goes, he volunteered. He thought he got a girl pregnant.
Oh,
come on.
So it's like, if he had just let it be and just said, yeah, I got drafted, but I mean, he would go on and on about how horrible the draft was.
But he was never drafted.
Okay, I'm sure that he had a lot of people that he was in his battalion that could argue that point.
Correct.
Just not him.
Yeah, just not you.
And if he had just let it be, but he would go on and on about it. You don't want to know about a draft. It's like, look, everybody was buying the story. You didn't have to embellish it.
Right. Well, my dad, man, I only found out a couple of years ago. I've grown up knowing he was in the Navy, and he behaves like a guy that was in the military, right? The way he cleans, all the precision stuff. And finally, it was my mother. Again, I'm 55. About 10 years ago, she's like, Robert, did you ever tell him why you joined the Navy? It never occurred to me to ask. I just thought, like, all right, that's what you wanted to do out of high school. Well, it involved a high-speed chase with the police in frickin' Houston, and he got to make a decision about whether or not you want to go to jail for 2 years or join the military. So he picked the Navy. And I'm like, that's why you joined the Navy. My veteran dad here, this guy I'm so proud of, he's like, yeah, that about sums it up, man. Okay.
Yep.
Just kind of mind blown. I didn't know, because he's such an even-keeled, fair dude. To just even the idea of him in legal trouble. I'm like, are you kidding me? Because after they shared that story, I'm like, wait. I got in trouble for about 500 different things when I was growing up, like big trouble, right? None of them were that bad. It did not involve police chasing me and guns drawn and all the rest of this crap, man. I'm like, really? So you gave me grief.
So, do you think that was just the option the judge gave? Just
Yes.
kind of doing his own.
That was the option the judge gave him.
It's like, all right, I'm going to give you another option here.
Well, because
It's actually,
it went
it's,
down.
It's common.
Is it?
It's common,
Okay.
but in his situation, as he explained it. So he got in this high-speed chase with the cops, but the cops that were chasing him were in unmarked vehicles. And he said, again, as a black dude in the late 50s, early 60s in Texas, he's like, you don't pull your vehicle over when a bunch of white boys are chasing you. You think
Right.
you just don't do it, man. It's a death sentence. So he's like, I did not know they were cops. They never put on lights. So they're flying through the streets of Houston. And then when a marked cop car flipped its lights on, he's like, I pulled over. And I'm explaining to the cops, like, hey, man, these freaking hillbillies. And he's like, whoa, man, they're undercover cops, blah, 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 blah. So he got arrested, but it was hard to, you could say evading police, but they believed that he did not know they were police. And when they actually put the sirens on the real car, he did pull over. So they believed him, but it doesn't mean he didn't commit crimes when you're driving 95 miles an hour through downtown. So I think that's why the judge was like, you did something wrong. I understand your motivation, but these are your options. It's like I picked the Navy.
Did you guys? I've heard a similar story before on the traveling salesperson tip with a buddy of mine, and the entire family, both families, did not find out until the funeral.
Okay.
So this was a lifetime of stuff. So essentially, what happened was my buddy's dad passed on, and when he was in. It happened quickly. It was not one of those things where he was in hospice or like he had a heart attack, he had a stroke.
Okay.
He was still working at the time, and he just flatlined, right? Well, my buddy did not realize that his father had another family in a town about 30 miles away. And he already had 5 brothers and sisters.
Damn.
So they had a big family. The other family had 5 brothers and sisters. When that funeral went down, they all met for the very first time.
But they did not know that the other families
existed.
So they literally met and even found out about each other.
At their husband's funeral. 2 wives, 10 kids, 1 funeral, all the cousins from both sides of the family got together. And I believe they have a much better relationship now as far as people reaching out to their half-brothers, half-sisters. But at the time, it was one of those things where, like, that girl looks just like me.
Mm-hmm.
Or
I dated him.
Or I am the same age as that guy who is my brother. We could be twins on age. We look similar. But that all went down at his dad's funeral. So I get the call when he gets back home, because at this point he's an adult, and he's like, "You are not going to believe what I can tell you about the weekend I just had back home." And I'm like, "All right, lay it on me." And he tells me that. I'm like, "You got to be kidding me." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, I'm meeting these people for the first time, but they're my brothers and my sisters. He's like, it's kind of cool. But it just hasn't sunk in yet.
Yeah.
That this is real.
Are you even grieving your dad at this point? And I'm not saying that because you're not sad. I'm saying I would be so overwhelmed with the mirror image family that's there. I'd almost forget that my dad is sitting in a coffin. Yeah. Like, wait, what? Even if the priest is like, at this time, I'd be like, hold on a minute, man. Hang on.
I mean, there's still parts of the story I don't know, but like I always talk about my buddy Bernie, right? There was 8 kids.
Yeah.
Now, sometime when we were in high school, something happened with his mom and dad. So who knows how long was going on. Bottom line is they end up getting divorced. Bernie's father has another family, like up in Frederick, right? We live closer down in D.C.
Yeah.
So for years.
Did he have it at the same time?
Yeah, like he left in high school, and I can't explain to you. Bernie's father was a very scary man, right? He was like a fire chief, this and that. And the man, I mean, right, like I took one of his daughters to proms, hung out with Bernie all the time. The man never spoke to me other than like, "What are you doing in my house?" Right? Like, so I mean, not a mean guy. He was just one of those dudes.
What are you doing in my house?
So his youngest brother's playing football. I'm there, and here comes Mr. Granzo. Couldn't be nicer. Teddy, great to see you. I said, this is weird. So then I tell the story to Bernie, and Bernie's like, "All right, I got to let you in on a secret. My dad left a while ago. He's got another family." Like, whoa. So for years, it's just not spoken. He's not at anything. You don't see him. And then he kind of gets sick, and like a couple of the siblings start going up there and trying to reconnect.
Sure.
And meet the new family. Well, he ends up passing away. And then at the funeral, you don't see this a ton at an actual funeral with the casket in there, but for some reason they let a couple other people talk. And this one uncle gets up there and it's like, "I'm talking to the family, the real family." And it was like, dude, even I was like, come on, man, not the time or the place.
Read the room.
Right.
Good or bad, what is the most legendary story involving a member of your family? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Kayla. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi, this is Kayla, yes?
Hola.
Perfect.
Is it Kayla?
Yes. What?
Yes.
Is it you? All right, just making sure.
Yes, this is Kayla.
Okay.
Good.
What's the story, Kayla?
All right, so my mom has told me a while back when I was growing up that she went out to a bar in Tacoma one night with a couple of her friends, and next thing you know, this black guy walks up on her, and he's all asking her if she can go home with him.
I don't remember that.
No, the funny thing is, though, it was Sir Mix-a-Lot that was trying to take my mom home.
Okay, quick question.
Did your mom have
have a big butt?
Yes, she does.
All right. He did not lie.
He did not lie.
He did not lie. And you cannot deny that.
Did she know it was Sir Mix-a-Lot at the time, or had he done anything yet?
I don't remember if she knew it was Sir Mix-a-Lot at the time. I just remember her telling me the story and then her always teasing me saying, he could have been my stepdad if she would have said yes.
All right. Now, do you have a big butt? Did you get a big butt from your mom?
It's there.
It's
I don't know if it's big, but my daughter likes to smack on it all the time. So.
How old's your daughter?
She just turned 14 yesterday.
Okay. I'm still slapping your ass. All right, you got an ample ass. Just so you know. Right. So your mom does have a big butt. I don't know why. That just made my day hearing that. Because he says that.
Well, it'd be cool to be hit on by a celebrity. I mean, I've never I don't know anybody that's had that experience.
You maybe, if you played your cards right, only because you did not realize who she was, you and Tony Braxton.
Oh,
then you hit it off.
Nah, I mean, we were having a great conversation.
But she had to go do something because...
Yeah, she was getting a Lifetime Achievement Award from the WAMU.
That's what I'm saying. But you said the conversation you were having, like, truly friendly, enjoying each other's company.
Yeah, well, we were all at the bar.
She just distracted because she had to go, get her reward.
It's like the smoking section. The people who are standing around the bar tend to congregate and start talking together, and everyone else at the table is just sitting around chatting with people they know.
Sure.
I really didn't know anybody. I'm up at the bar doing my thing.
I went to a live auction this year. You're exactly right. I mean, more friends standing around the bar drinking a beer.
Exactly.
Always.
Because everybody else, you're right, is sitting at the tables, kind of eating or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, what's up, bud?
Good or bad, what is the most legendary story involving a member of your family? 206-803-ROCK.
At Homes.com, we do whatever it takes to get you the in-depth info on local schools you won't find anywhere else. Things like student-teacher ratio, test scores, and school programs. And sometimes that requires attending school recitals. So many recitals.
That's my son. Isn't he terrific?
Yeah, a real prodigy. Homes.com.
Ding dong.
We've done your homework.
This episode is brought to you by PBS, home of Ken Burns. Ken Burns films aren't just documentaries, they're national events. And his latest, The American Revolution, is the one you've been waiting for. When you think American Revolution, you probably picture tea crates in Boston Harbor, founders signing documents in Philadelphia, redcoats marching into battle. But Ken Burns, along with Sarah Botstein and David Schmidt, takes us so much deeper. This was a revolution that was bloody, complicated, and unbelievably consequential. It's a story of people, some you know and many you don't, who risked everything to change the course of history. Their fight for independence lit a spark for freedom that still burns today. George Washington called it the cause of mankind. And John Adams wrote to his wife Abigail, "Posterity, you will never know what it cost us to preserve your freedom." With the American Revolution, Ken Burns and his team bring us a story that's vast, human, and deeply relevant. A story that belongs to all of us. Stream the American Revolution on the PBS app. I can't wait to watch.
Get smoother, brighter skin instantly in one easy step. Dermalogica's daily microfoliant gives you the smooth, glowy skin you want without damaging your skin barrier. This gentle exfoliating powder activates with water to smooth out rough texture and brighten skin. It's powerful enough to deliver results, yet gentle enough to use every single day, even on sensitive skin. See the results for yourself. Visit Dermalogica.com and use code SMOOTH at cart for an exclusive free gift with $65 purchase.
Holiday doorbuster deals are on at Lowe's. Today only, get select 1-quart poinsettias and select translucent plant saucers for $1 each. That means for a limited time, you can decorate to get in the Christmas spirit for less. Shop in-store to make sure you don't miss out on big savings all day. But hurry, these offers won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 11/28, in-store only, limit 16 per person. Selection varies by location, while supplies last.
This podcast is brought to you by Kleenex Lotion Tissues. You can't predict sick days, but with Kleenex Lotion Tissues, you can be better prepared for them while helping keep your skin healthy. Whether it's a surprise sneeze or a stuffy nose, it's always good to have something gentle on hand. Kleenex Lotion Tissues moisturize to help prevent skin irritation while you're battling those unwanted cold and flu symptoms. It's extra care when you need it most. I mean, why not have one less thing to worry about when you're not feeling your best? For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
We know you're uncertain about psychics. Is this fortune teller you found on a forum legit?
Your one true love is...
me! That's why California Psychics reject 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. New customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them. A Pisces who enjoys long walks on the beach? You've got other sites for that.
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This episode is brought to you by PBS, home of Ken Burns. Ken Burns films aren't just documentaries, they're national events. And his latest, The American Revolution, is the one you've been waiting for. When you think American Revolution, you probably picture tea crates in Boston Harbor, founders signing documents in Philadelphia, redcoats marching into battle. But Ken Burns, along with Sarah Botstein and David Schmidt, takes us so much deeper. This was a revolution that was bloody, complicated, and unbelievably consequential. It's a story of people, some you know and many you don't, who risked everything to change the course of history. Their fight for independence lit a spark for freedom that still burns today. George Washington called it the cause of mankind, and John Adams wrote to his wife Abigail, "Posterity, you will never know what it cost us to preserve your freedom." With the American Revolution, Ken Burns and his team bring us a story that's vast, human, and deeply relevant. A story that belongs to all of us. Stream the American Revolution on the PBS app. I can't wait to watch.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
A question, good or bad, what is the most legendary story involving a member of your family?
I've got a couple of texts today for today's question. Good or bad, what is the most legendary story involving a member of your family? I like this one. It says, my great uncle had 17 children in 8 years. 7 quote-unquote wives showed up at the funeral. Impressive. And then he adds he was also the second to be the OG Marlboro Man out of approximately 500 dudes who tried out for the gig, carried double revolvers on his hip at all times. True legend. I think that's cool that you were one of the Marlboro Men. You know what I mean? Because that's like my dad. So my mom used to model way back in the day, and she did an ad for Kodak, which we were all excited about as kids, and it was a full-page ad in the old newspaper, and it's just her literally holding one of the Polaroid instant camera pictures in her hand. She's kind of smiling at the camera. And then she's kind of good with those guys. This is Rochester, New York. So there was Xerox, there was Kodak, and there was French's. So she got a gig for my dad, who did not want to do it, as this is not really his style, but he got to pose as a chef for French's when they were introducing something like barbecue sauce line or something like that. So he really didn't want to do it, but my mom being my mom, she's persuasive. Yep. So he finally went to do it. He was gone all day. It was a weekend shoot. And in my mind, like you say, hey, I'm going to take a picture because that's what they're going to feature in whatever magazine or some crap like that. And I'm like, all right, cool. So my brother and I figured he drives to the spot. They take a picture, you drive home. It was probably a 12 or 15-hour day. He's mildly irritated when he gets home. We're like, where were you? And he's like, man. He explained how a photo shoot works, but he goes, the one thing about it, and it was cool to see the picture, but he said, I'm holding a plate of ribs. And he has a chef's hat on, the apron, the whole nine. And he's holding a plate of ribs in his hand. And my brother and I could not stop laughing at this because at this time in our lives, if my dad made toast, it was a success, right? I can't say maybe in the last 20 years, he's gotten into the slow cooking of meats. And he even says, I only do that so I can stop getting grief from all my relatives in Houston. Where the idea that you can't slow cook meat. So he said, I'm standing there, man, and he goes, I'm getting hungry because the ribs look so good. And we're like, well, I mean, do they use the same ribs? He goes, well, here's the thing. They weren't ribs. They're wood. But we did not know this. And even though they're advertising their barbecue sauce, and the point of the picture is to show you how good the barbecue sauce looks on the ribs, it was shellac.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I was like, for real? I mean, my brother and I, not devastated, but our heads were blown open. We're like, what? And he goes, dude, I don't know how you guys don't know this, but most of the food you see on TV, you notice nobody's actually eating it.
Right.
He's like, it is not real food. And to this day, one of the things I do kind of annoys my wife because now she notices it, but in a lot of commercials, particularly for fast food, maybe they eat a French fry, all right? But when you watch them eat the burger, one, it's always a perfect bite taken out. But when you look, they're basically just holding the burger against their mouth. Mm-hmm. They don't actually take a bite. They act like they take a bite, but when they pull the burger away, there's that perfect bite, and now you just chew. So then
I feel like it's rare to see them even eat anything.
So then there's a commercial on that, one of these medications. I don't know, maybe Sky Rizzy or some crap like that. But it shows some broad getting on a sailboat. I believe she's going to get sailing lessons with like 3 or 4 other people. That's the general gist of this commercial as they talk about the medication. But at some point, they sit down and they pull out their chicken salads and all this stuff, and they're sitting down.
You, your girl and your Johnson.
Yeah, there you go. And I realize nobody eats. They all hold their food in their hand. No one takes a bite. Immediately, I'm just like, fake food. And I know it's stupid, Most people know that. It's just one of those things I've not been able to not notice ever since my father brought that up.
Yep.
I'm telling it's just, and it bugs me. It just bugs the hell out of me.
I've got each of my grandparents on the Montgomery side have a unique story, which probably happened within a year span, whatever the deal is. So my grandfather Montgomery and my grandmother, they got divorced. And it was kind of later in life. The kids had already grown up. I think the kids were probably in their late teens, early 20s. Either way, they divorced, and my grandmother decides that she is going to move down to San Juan, Puerto Rico. Now, at the time, for a temporary stay before she got a permanent residence, she's living in a hotel. And at this point in time, the Flying Melindas are doing a show.
Oh, right.
Where the grandfather is walking across a tightrope in downtown San Juan from a building across the street to her hotel. My grandmother is at the pool at this time, and knowing my grandmother, she's absolutely hammered. That's how she kind of rolls. But at this point in time, everybody did walk out to the street to watch this.
Sure.
At the same point in time, it was not broadcast live, but they had an entire crew from ABC's Wild World of Sports, and they were filming this to show the following weekend.
Yeah.
All right. He gets out there. I don't know what the deal was. He started to wobble. Keep in mind, these are old cobblestone streets in that part of Old San Juan, and still are. It's right by the Chili's, if you've ever been down there.
Of course.
Being dead serious.
Oh, thanks for the point of reference.
Right. So walking across this, he falls. And I mean, he absolutely does exactly what you think from that height into the middle of the street. And someone from the crowd screams, "Is he dead?" And my grandmother just dropped the S-bomb on him, like very long, like, and then walked back in, apparently, and started calling up all the relatives on our side of the family and telling us, because she'd been talking about this.
Yeah.
With like my dad, my uncle, like, hey man, this guy, the grandfather, he's gonna do this high wire act, man. We got the crew from ABC. They're in the hotel.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
They've been staying here. They get the wire up, man. So it's gonna be this whole to-do, blah, 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 blah. He didn't make it. So, okay, so that goes down. So that's one story from my grandmother where she watched a man who was, probably that family at the height was like the number one tightrope walking circus family.
I mean, I don't know,
they would do
circuses.
pyramids. They would do pyramids at big, at Madison Square Garden.
But they're still the number one.
The entire family did.
Yeah.
Right, because the last one was what? One of the family members was walking across.
They've done Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls. And
did he do the
one New
Snake
York
River?
City. I don't remember. But and look, I end up and this sounds bad, and I don't mean it this way, but I do actually mean it, which is if you're going to watch someone walk a high wire, especially those heights, not like circuit style, but like you're saying with the Walindas, man, deep down.
He was also the grandfather. He was the patriarch of the family.
But if you see them fall off the wire, horrible as it is for them, I'd say you got your money's worth.
He almost caught himself, apparently,
Almost.
when he
I've
fell.
seen the clip, not the clip of him hitting the ground. They never show that part. But anytime, actually, when the Walindas, the current Walindas, are going to do one of their high wire acts, they always go back to that clip, explaining, because they need to remind you how dangerous it is, so they show this guy get the wobble.
They almost say that if he would have just dropped, he would have been better off. But when he tried to catch himself, the way his body started tumbling, when it hit that wire, he was going end over end as he fell.
Ooh.
So instead of just dropping, like you would drop if you jumped off a cliff, he was end over end.
How high up was he, do you know?
I was at the hotel. I wanted to find out where my grandmother lived because she ended up staying there for over a year.
Well,
so
sure,
it did not become her temporary home. It became her permanent home. But when I was in San Juan, of course, that was one of the places I wanted to go. So I went to the pool. The pool is the same place it's always been. That hotel has not changed. It's been renovated, but whatever. So I took a couple pictures, sent them to my uncle and my dad, like, hey, I'm at Grandma's place, and took a picture of the pool that went outside. Took a picture straight up. It is the tallest, there's a building that J-Lo and Mark Anthony lived in for a while. There was like a new high-rise.
Of course.
That at the time was the tallest building in San Juan.
Okay.
So when you look up, you're like, yes, this is substantial, even if it's 12 stories.
That's enough to kill you.
It still seems like it's, like a skyscraper there.
Yeah.
I mean, that family has a lot of tragedy.
Well, I mean, if that's what you do for a living, you're kind of begging for it. I mean, you put in your best effort to not fall, but if that's what you're going to, your entire family stakes their careers on
that, they were performing at a circus in Hartford, Connecticut in 1944. Fire breaks out. 168 people died.
I'm glad you brought this up with a fire, Ted, because that's the segue into the next part of this.
Well done, Ted.
Yes. So
I got you.
Thank you. My grandfather, Montgomery, again, they're divorced. They're separated. He ran a appliance chain in the West Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky area. He was a distributor.
Okay.
So he would send the appliances. He was like Albert Lee, but on a much smaller scale. But
Sure.
But he was also the head of the operation. They had a number of stores in the area, blah, 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 blah. TVs, washing machines. If it's an appliance, you get it at Persinger Supply Company. So they're now divorced, but he is the president of the company. He's the one who founded the company. And they are having an appliance convention in Las Vegas around the same time, within a year or so. So he gets sent there by Zenith or whoever the hell, Whirlpool, one of these old school companies, and he gets a trip to go to this convention in Las Vegas. Now he is single. So he's staying at the MGM Grand. The MGM Grand catches on fire. Granddad makes it out of the hotel. First night he's there. He makes it out of the hotel. That's what I find out. They had to go to and the convention was at the MGM.
Okay.
So basically at this point in time, that people died in that fire. It was bad. And they shut the convention down, essentially.
Yeah.
So I guess he stayed on a couple extra days, stayed at another hotel, but the convention aspect of it was completely over. What I learned later in life was my grandfather's room burned. It burned down. The whole thing burned down. What apparently happened was he was one of the last people out of the room because he had found himself a lady there.
Okay.
Of the night, being single again. So at the time this was going down,
he's knee deep in the hole.
He was. And
a lot of stuff was going down.
And it was banging on the door. And according to my uncle or my dad, who tells the story, I think my grandfather thought it was either this woman's husband, boyfriend, pimp.
Oh, right, okay.
Because
Cops.
The banging on the door was intense. So they just kind of kept quiet and kept doing their business. One of the reasons he was the last person out. And then I believe she is the one that started smelling smoke.
Oh, really?
And when they went out into the hallway was completely covered in smoke. They grabbed as much stuff as they could. They put a sheet over their head, and they ran with a couple extra people who were there to the fire escape and got out of that hotel before it burned down. Multiple people died in this. This was not like this was kind of a big deal when it went down.
Sure.
But he got out with a prostitute or someone's wife or someone's girlfriend. I found that out later.
I don't think it was a prostitute if you're worried about who's at the door. Right? The pimp is not going to interrupt it. The pimp shows up because you did not pay her or something like that goes down. But
yeah, I don't.
Nobody's looking for her.
I'm not clear on that, but I do know that
sometimes they just rob people.
This is true.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, these days, for sure, I just feel like in Vegas, knowing how well-oiled their prostitution thing seems to run down there, that, this was not a prostitute. It's probably some other drunk lady.
Jesus, God, the fire killed 85 people.
Jeez, man.
I mean, I'm just looking at it right now. I thought I killed 6 or 7. Nope. That was the deadliest disaster in Nevada history and the third deadliest hotel fire in modern U.S. history.
And your uncle and your grandfather and his mistress
got out.
87 people.
They got out.
But they managed to get out.
Jesus, that was 1980. November 21st, Friday. Exactly. He apparently he had just gotten into town for a weekend convention. And that crap went down.
Damn.
Good or bad, what is the most legendary story involving a member of your family? 206-803-ROCK.
My dad ended up helping somebody who was having a bit of a medical emergency on a flight one time. I forget where he was flying. You know, it was from Spokane back here to home. He would fly out to Spokane once a week to go out there do a car auction, fly back the same day, sort of a thing.
How long is that flight? 45 minutes?
Like 45 minutes.
Okay.
Like it's nothing, right? So he's used to this flight. This is just a day of work for him. But he gets on there and the flight takes off, and this is one of the rare occasions. They might, because it's such a short flight, they do have a drink service out there, but they kind of sprint through it. You know what I mean?
It's real quick.
And so they get up in the air and they're running this one through, and he's looking at this flight attendant, and she's looking a little bit on the pale side.
Okay.
And so she ends up actually passing out there on that flight. right in the middle of the aisle there, and he catches her as she falls down, and now he's standing there. He's like in the middle of the aisle. There's people now descending upon this woman, trying to help her out and make sure that she's going to end up okay. I don't know if it was like a diabetic thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what the exact situation was, but it was to the point that they said they need to land the plane for an emergency landing in Tri-Cities. This is nothing of a flight. It's a 45-minute deal. But Dad was kind of at the head of that whole thing, and the way that it was going, maybe she was having a seizure. That might have been what it was, that she was having a seizure. And so they left her laying there in the middle of the aisle with my dad grabbing onto her shoulders, standing in the middle of the aisle while everybody else is strapped in there, and he landed that on that plane in the middle of the aisle, holding onto this flight attendant as they landed the plane.
What do you get in return for that? I mean, like, do you get free drinks at the bar?
Right, you get a voucher.
You get a $25 voucher.
Get a voucher.
Next time
they're broke, man. They didn't give him a damn thing but a high five and a thank you.
Hey, thank you so much.
Next time you get on Air West,
it was wild.
You know what's funny, man? Like, there's all these stories that every family has, and I almost feel bad for my brother now because you never want to be the new story. Usually it's just the old stories. And this isn't even a story. It's not anything. It's just that it's on video. And I guess that happened, 2 years ago now? He's officiating whatever game in Detroit, and the ball bounces off of his face mid-call. All right, so everyone in the family laughs about this. It gets revisited every so often. But as Thanksgiving has been ramping up, even my kids are like, we got to resend that video to everyone. And keep in mind, everyone in my family has seen it. There's just somehow...
Somebody sent it to me yesterday.
But it's like this unifying thing. It's kind of our way of saying hello. So on Thanksgiving, you'll say, Happy Thanksgiving. That'll be my entire text. And then there will be a link to the video of my brother getting hit in the face with a football. It has absolutely become the favorite thing in the family. And people have been accomplishing things. Look, my one cousin, she was Miss USA. Nobody cares anymore. My other cousin, she's acting in Hollywood. Nobody cares anymore. Once my brother took a football off the face, I'm like, you absolutely just beat out everyone. Yes. Just for that. And, of course, he's like, yay.
And it's not about him being the NFL ref.
No, it had nothing to do with that. Just you were in this place and you got hit in the face on national TV, and we all love it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, dude, I'll tell you one, right? Like, we've been doing this show in Seattle for 20 years, right?
Yeah.
Met Ice Cube, countless rock stars, right? Ozzy Osbourne.
Cool.
All this wild stuff, right? I have hung backstage with Rob Thomas, right? I've drank backstage with Bert Kreischer. So this spring, we had that ceremony in Arlington, then we're all sitting, all the Smiths are sitting around. Maybe it was the day before, and we're eating crabs, right? Got 2 bushels of Maryland blue crabs, this and that. And my buddy Joe was with me. Now, this was before a station flipped here in the cluster.
Yeah.
And my buddy Joe just nonchalantly goes, Ted kind of works with Delilah.
Oh,
and my family, my cousins, they don't really care what I do.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, half an hour.
Really?
Do you know her? What about this? What about that? And I was like, are you guys serious? all the cool stuff I get to do? Like, I boxed in a casino in front of 2,500. Like, all right.
Yeah.
How do you know her? And I was like, I don't. I said, she's nice. She used to be nice to me as I know her hairdresser. We used to drink together.
Yeah.
But just, they were floored. And I mean, it cut out somebody, it comes up.
And you know what, man? There was the guy that used to be head of the janitorial staff here, whatever the hell it was. He knew what we did, and he would see different guests come and go.
Oh, my God.
And
that's
so,
right.
And he recognized these guys, right? An old brother, but he liked rock music. He liked jazz. He loved Star Wars. I mean, you name it, dude. He liked everything, all right? Hey, girl. Especially like ladies. But he's like, go ahead, Ozzy Osbourne up there. I'm like, yeah, man, Ozzy. He's like, yeah, man, I saw him getting up from the parking garage. Like, cool. So Delilah came in one day just to cut some ads or something like that. And he's like, hey, brother, come here. Was that Delilah? I said, oh, yeah, she's here for an hour and a half, whatever, man. She's got to do some stuff here. He's like, listen, brother, I need you to do me a favor. Can you, get me an autograph? I'm like, are you being serious right now? Are you being serious? You've seen all these people, but it is her.
So we took her down there with an autograph picture.
Yeah.
And they started to talk. They got pictures together and everything.
Nice.
You'd think he'd been the biggest celebrity.
Brother, we made his life.
In the world. And the guy looks like Aaron Neville.
He does.
He just didn't look like one of those guys to be a huge Delilah fan. And to know what someone looks like who's on the radio is another big
He knew he was a huge fan. I would have never guessed that from this guy.
Our question, good or bad, what is the most legendary story involving a member of your family? 206-803.
Oh, the car from Carvana's here. Well, will you look at that? It's exactly what I ordered. Precisely. It would be crazy if there were any catches. But there aren't, right?
Right. Because that's how car buying should be. With Carvana, you get the car you want. Choose delivery or pickup and a week to love it or return it.
Buy your car today with
Carvana.
Delivery or pickup fees may apply. Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
At Homes.com, we do whatever it takes to get you the in-depth info on local schools you won't find anywhere else. Things like student-teacher ratio, test scores, and school programs. And sometimes that requires attending school recitals. So many recitals.
That's my son. Isn't he terrific?
Yeah, a real prodigy. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Meet Natural Cycles, the only FDA-cleared and CE-marked birth control app that's built around your body. The Natural Cycles app pinpoints your fertile days by tracking shifts in your temperature, so you can plan or prevent pregnancy naturally. It's easy to use. Simply take your temperature in the morning with our free Bluetooth thermometer included with our annual plan, or sync with your Oura Ring or Apple Watch. The app analyzes your data and tells you daily whether it's a fertile or non-fertile day. Natural Cycles is 93% effective with typical use and 98% effective with perfect use. But beyond effective birth control, the app helps you understand your body and cycle better than ever. And unlike some period tracking apps, Natural Cycles provides an advanced data protection program to keep your information private and secure. Ready to go hormone-free? Sign up for the Natural Cycles annual plan and get a free Bluetooth thermometer, plus 15% off your subscription with the code radio15 at naturalcycles.com.
Why do I shop at Bob's Discount Furniture? I love saving money. Seriously, Bob's has top quality pieces like beautiful leather sofas and real marble dining sets for a fraction of what you pay at the other stores. Oh, and the best part? You can bundle a sofa and love seat or a 4-piece bedroom set or a mattress and power base and save even more money. If you want to love your home, love your furniture, and save major money, shop at Bob's.
Don't let the holidays derail your fitness. Stay on track with Hydro. 20 minutes rowing on a Hydro targets 86% of your muscles as Olympians guide you from incredible locations worldwide. Running can't compete. That's why 90% stick with Hydro a year later. GQ named the Hydro Arc the best rower of 2025. And every Hydro comes with free shipping, a 30-day trial, and warranty. Go to hydro.com code FIT and save up to $600 on your next Hydro. Hydro.com code FIT.
Rock.
This is the mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Coming up, the return of Who Sucks Less at 4:30. Time goes by so quickly.
That was awful.
Yes. Question,
Good thing we weren't here. It's like, dude, we were.
Good or bad. What is the most legendary story involving a member of your family? Here is one. A California man who went missing for 25 years, found by his sister after she was sent a news article with his photo.
It amazes me that you recognize, I don't know how old he is.
Yep.
But like 25 years from now, I'd recognize my brother. But if it happened 25 years ago, I'd be like, maybe we're related.
Lassen County Sheriff's Office in California said they received a call from a woman on November 22nd who had information on a previously reported missing person. She informed the sheriff that she was sent an article from USA Today showing a picture of a man she believed to be her missing brother, and he was reported missing in 1999. The article, published in April of 2024, requested assistance in identifying the man who had been admitted to a hospital in Los Angeles. Now, shortly after, the deputy contacted the hospital with the news, told he had been transferred to another hospital in July of 2024. The man was nonverbal and had never been identified.
Oh, wow.
The deputy contacted the second hospital, who confirmed that they had a nonverbal, unidentified man in their care that matched the description of the missing person. A detective went to the hospital, fingerprinted the man, who was positively identified as the man reported missing 25 years ago. Woman was told the good news by the deputy, and the family will be reuniting soon, although they have not yet. Names of the brother and sister have been withheld for privacy.
Wow.
Good or bad, what is the most legendary story involving a member of your family? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Alicia. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, Pachola.
Hola.
So my dad was born and raised in South Central Los Angeles. He's in his mid-70s now. So when he was just out of the military, he decided he needed to get out of L.A., and he was going to move to the Pacific Northwest because one of his brothers had gone to college up here, and he had visited and said, oh, that's a nice place. And so he put in a relocation notice for Portland. And on his way from Los Angeles to Portland, he was driving. Mount St. Helens blew.
Oh. Kind of puts a damper on things.
Yeah, and so he said that the air was just completely filled with ash, and he just decided to keep driving.
So he did.
He kept driving.
He did not stop in Portland. He drove to Seattle.
Yep, he said he kept driving until the ash cleared, and that was Seattle.
Well, that makes sense. It was blowing west to east.
I mean, I think I may would have turned around and headed back the direction I came. That's just me, but, I overreact to volcanoes.
He didn't have a job. He didn't have an apartment, and he said, I'm just going to keep going, which is great because then he came up here and met my mom, and they had me.
Okay.
Yeah, I think sometimes, too, when you're driving like that, you're just like, screw it.
So basically what you're saying...
I'm already in it.
You're saying that if Mount St. Helens, in theory, had not have blown up that day, you more than likely would not exist.
Exactly.
That's a hell of a weird thing, but there's a positive Mount St. Helens story.
Have you ever gone there just to take it in, to look at it?
I've been there a couple times. We've taken my grandparents before they passed. I think that was before I truly knew the story. My dad tends to trickle truth the stories. He's got some pretty epic ones.
Okay.
And that just happens to be one of them. But yeah, he came up here and worked, got a job working at a theater and kind of bummed around till he got a job at Boeing and met my mom.
All right. So do you have any siblings?
No, not full-blood siblings.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
how many stops did he make on this road?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. Shortly after that, for Christmas, I got a vial of ashes from Mount St. Helens.
Do you know that?
As a gift.
Because like I said,
I had that thing on my shelf in my room. I kind of was into that type of thing. I was doing science projects on glaciers, and it was kind of my wheelhouse as far as not screwing up in school on one particular subject.
Right.
So as far as that was concerned, that was like I was into that kind of thing. I got the ashes, man. I opened them up. I'd smell them.
Does it smell like ash?
Yes. It could have been something out of my fireplace.
That's what I'm saying.
I would not have known the difference, but to me, it was because this was a world away.
Yeah.
So, as far as Mount St. Helens, the West Coast was just a dream. So for me to have something that was like, on the cover of Time magazine and all the news articles and all these things, I did not realize the volume of ash that had fallen. So to me, that was not really part of my perspective on how much extra ash was in the area anyway.
Extra ash.
People were trying to just wipe off their cars and, find their dog in their yard or whatever the deal was.
But you're right. It is cool. Like, I don't know if I want to say cool as people got hurt, but it's very interesting. I told you 2 weeks ago, driving down, right? Like my brother has come to visit before, but he's always been in Seattle, right? So he's seen Rainier. But when we got closer to Portland, like, same thing. It was just blowing he's like, no. We're like, yeah, that's St. Helens. And he just was like, for real? We're like, yeah. But like,
it's the legendary Mount St. Helens, man. I mean,
right. And just when you grow up on the East Coast, you just don't fathom that, like, there's these volcanoes in a row. So, you got Baker, then Rainier, right? Then what's it? Helens, Adams, Mount Hood's out there. So, I mean, Miles, to your credit, like, my brother's what? If I'm 40, he's 50, and he's still like, Jesus, this is amazing.
It is crazy. It is crazy.
It is for sure, man. I mean, look.
Well, you got to remember they're still there, and they're dormant, but they're active.
They're still active, but typically, grow up on the East Coast for sure. If they brought up anything about a volcano, there was Krakatoa, there's Pompeii, and then the Hawaiian volcanoes that were always kind of spewing lava.
Right.
So you didn't really perceive it as being necessarily the super destructive force, because every time they showed it, it was a Hawaiian volcano. The other ones are lost to history, right? So when Mount St. Helens blew, you're like, I didn't realize that's how volcanoes worked. To me, a volcano already had the crater up top.
Yeah. The one that's crazy is Krakatoa. It's like a zit that it keeps coming back. Good or bad, what is the most legendary story involving a family member? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Craig. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how you doing?
Hola.
Doing well, Craig.
Hola.
Thank you.
Hey, actually, it's Greg.
Oh, Greg.
Oh, Greg. Well, hello, Greg. It's even better to meet
What'd you call him, Craig?
Yeah, Craig. I got an
no,
Uncle Craig. You'd rather be a Greg, yeah.
Yeah.
I get that all the time. Anyway,
Bet you do, Craig.
Yeah, I like I like the topic today. It's pretty cool. So my grandfather, this was back in the 60s. I was born actually 2 months before this happened. So my grandfather used to work at aerospace, and then he got transferred. He actually got asked by NASA to come help build the first rocket that took the first man to the moon.
Oh, damn. That's cool, man.
That is.
Yeah. I was really proud of him. I was only I wasn't even.
You're 2 months old. I'd be proud too.
Yeah. I mean, but I mean, later on I was, I started learning about it, and, it was really cool. It was, and seeing, the video of, in school, the first, man to the moon, and I got to, say, hey, my grandfather helped send that guy to the moon, and it was pretty cool. And
that is a cool thing.
It's a huge team effort to put anything up into space.
And no one will be the first man on the moon again, right?
Whether you're an astronaut or not. I mean, when you look at, whether you look at Houston, you look at all the people that somehow have a technical hand in getting this thing done. It's a team effort to get that done.
It's definitely a team effort to put these things together. But, and again, this is for my brother, and they always they'll call my brother the rocket scientist when he does his NFL games, right? And then when I say this to him, because he doesn't hear the broadcast, so you have to tell him what you've heard. I'm like, oh, yeah, they call you the rocket scientist. And it actually pisses my brother off. He's like, listen, man, it's like, I know I'm splitting hairs here. I know they're always going to call me the rocket scientist, but he goes, rocket science is easy. Point something in a direction, explode it, and it goes there. That's it. It's like a bullet. You aim the gun, you pull the trigger, boom, the thing flies. I think any idiot could do that. That's his perspective. He's a software engineer, you see. So once you blast your thing into space, right, his money, his meal ticket here is like all the crap it does that you get excited about later. So if this thing unfolded, he's like, that's the tough stuff, man. He's like, if you've ever lit a fire, think about a rocket. He's like, any dumbass can do that. And I'm like, well, I don't know about that. He's like, yeah, I do. It's not impressive. Oh, yeah. He takes it as an insult to be called a rocket scientist.
Good or bad, what is the most legendary story involving a member of your family? 206-803-ROCK.
I do it every time I'm in a room with people.
What's that?
Either people know you, right, like friends or family, and I go, that's Thrill's brother. Or if they're people that don't know you, I go, oh, a guy I work with, that's his brother.
Oh, dude, every time I walk into the local watering hole, hey, man, I saw your brother the other day on TV. And I go, well, because you're a football fan. I know you did. But same thing. They always point out, yeah, I know a guy. That's his brother. And suddenly people care.
Well, and our buddy's time of year is coming up, Bert.
What's that?
Said our buddy's time of year, Bert's coming up. I think most people, when they meet him, think of his name as Bert and Ernie. And I said, hey, man, it's because of It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, really?
That's how Bert and Ernie on the Muppets got their names.
Oh,
Ernie
okay.
was the cab driver.
Oh, all right. Sorry, man. I'm like, Bert, what does this time of the year have to do with it? Now, I'm going to drop that on him when I see him. And I saw him last night. Hello, Wade. Welcome to the men's room.
Well, it is Wade, I do declare.
Hola. Hola.
Hola. Hey, before I tell my story, so I work at a hardware store, and part of my job is to go out and dispense propane, and we got little radios, and I call in the amount of gallons to the cashier or whatever. And I was like, I got 6.23 gallons of propane, I do declare. And I thought I was going to get in trouble by my boss because, there's a radio etiquette,
Oh, right.
Yeah, and then he comes in, he goes, oh, you must listen to the men's room way too much.
As long as he knows the source.
Got the reference.
Yeah, so I did not get in trouble for that, which is cool. And he got the reference.
Thank God.
But, anyhow, so my uncle used to be the pit crew chief for the KISW Miss Rock back in the day, the hydroplane.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I think that's kind of famous. I mean, I grew up with KSW, so.
How long did he do it? Is it like a 1-year gig, or do you stay on until they find someone else?
I think he was there a couple of years, and then story has it, I never even met my uncle, but I heard it through all my other family members, but he bought one of the retired boats.
Oh, really?
He owned a auto parts store up north somewhere up there north of Seattle, and he bought it. He didn't really do anything with it, but he owned it.
Yeah. Well, man, I mean, back when we were growing up, that was a big deal. Like Miss Budweiser. I mean, that sport obviously has faded in popularity over the years. I'm not telling you something you don't already know, but
right.
I'm big in Saudi Arabia and a couple other places. There's pockets, Great Lakes. But back in the day, man, that was on the level of NASCAR. I mean, you had those boats on the front of Sports Illustrated. That was a big deal.
And you're right. There was always somehow a woman was always involved in the picture. Even though, like, here's the champion driver, but the chick was always somewhere to be seen. I like this text, by the way. It says, my uncle went to prison for robbing a church at gunpoint back in the 80s. And the only reason he was caught is because he took out his dentures to eat a sandwich in the back room and left them there when the cops showed up.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's like that story in my family about some second uncle or something. I never met him. But every time you go to the beach, they'd say, be careful. Remember, Uncle blah, blah, blah died because he choked on his dentures.
Didn't a wave hit him or something?
Yeah, like a wave hit him.
Between that and the guy who died on a BB, that's...
yeah, right.
Those are very unusual.
There's some whacked people in my family.
Good or bad, what's the most legendary story involving a member of your family? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Kyler. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I got a story about how I met my birth dad for the first time on accident.
On accident?
On accident. So I used to work merch for a band from Seattle, and we're going down to Richland, Tri-Cities to have a show there, and I was going to set up the merch for him, but I needed a spot to stay. So I hit up one of my buddies that lives down there, and he lived down there in Richland, and he was like, yeah, come through, you can use my apartment. So we get down there, I drive 4 hours down there, and then we get there, and I'm unloading all the stuff, and this lady comes up, and he's like, oh, it's my manager, like, chill out for a second, don't blow up the spot, basically. And so he started talking to her, and she's like, oh, what are you guys doing? He's like, oh, this is my friend Kyler. He's from Everett, blah, blah, blah. He's just dropping, blah, blah. So anyway, she goes, oh, I know him. Now that I look around, I've never seen this lady in my life before. And she goes, that's my nephew. And it turned out it was my uncle's wife, and she owned or property managed the apartments that my buddy lived in. We never knew anything about this, and she had seen me on Facebook before, so she knew what I looked like, and she knew the name because my name's pretty not common, and so she was like, yeah, you want to meet your grandma? And so I met my grandma. I met my
What is that like, though? I mean, this has to be a shock.
I mean, did you get dropped off on the side of the road? I mean, how did you not know any of your family?
Yeah, it was so I grew up single mom, and my dad just dipped out. And
okay, all right.
Yeah, he dipped out, and so he moved. He had family in Tri-Cities, but I knew, but I didn't know, obviously, and never had contact with him. And so yeah, and then she's like, I met my grandma. She's an old lady, smoking 6 packs of cigarettes a day. It was crazy. I'd never been around that kind of stuff, but. Anyways, long story short, she's like, you want to meet see if we can get your dad over here? And she called him, doesn't answer. So she gives him my number, and he texts me a couple hours later. And by that time, I was at my buddy's work. He worked at a bong shop, a head shop. And
that's my boy.
I was like, yeah, come meet me at my buddy's work. And he pulls up with my little brother, and I meet my dad outside of a bong shop for the first time.
Oh, that's love.
How old were you?
I was 18 at the time.
Had you met your brother?
No, I've never met my brother, never met my dad. None of that family on that side until I was 18, until that day.
How about now? Are you guys still in contact?
No, I'm contact with my dad on Facebook every once in a while, but yeah, I don't really talk to him not much. It's just kind of awkward. It was a kind of awkward experience.
Sure.
Honestly.
Yeah. Does he look like you?
He does, and it's super weird, but I'm a heavier set version of him. He's 130 pounds soaking wet, and I'm 280, so.
Damn.
All right. Okay. Now, are there other things? Because, look, one thing about looking at your parents, and I try to remind my son of this, who likes to remind me that I'm bald, and he currently has flowing locks. I'm like, This didn't happen by accident, brother. Like, this is your future. Like, when you look at your parents, on some level, you're also seeing your physical future. So
you tell your daughter that?
Oh, I've
you were going to go bald too.
Trust me,
if you keep giving me the business.
Yeah, I have one of my buddy's kids. He finds it hilarious. But, like, I remind him all the time. I'll stand there next to his dad, and it's like, yeah, you can make fun of me. You can make fun of your dad, but, like, you're going to be bald, too.
Yeah, it's coming your way. And look, you can do stuff to fix it. Technology's caught up, but just understand, it's still something you're going to have to do.
I had to tell some kid the other day. They were like, well, why are you bald? And I was like, testosterone, son. Some people have it. Does your dad have hair? And he goes, yeah. And I go, all right, well. I mean, I know his dad, so it's fine. But I just was like, well, I'm more of a man than your dad.
That's all.
I don't even know if that's why.
Time. It's always vanishing. The commute, the errands, the work functions, the meetings, selling your car. Unless you sell your car with Carvana. Get a real offer in minutes. Get it picked up from your door. Get paid on the spot. So fast, you'll wonder what the catch is. There isn't one. We just respect you and your time. Oh, you're still here? Move along now. Enjoy your day. Sell your car today.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them. A Pisces who enjoys long walks on the beach? You've got other sites for that. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Why are more women than ever choosing Natural Cycles? The hormone-free, side-effect-free way to take control of your fertility. Natural Cycles is a birth control app that uses your temperature to find your fertile window. It is more than a basic cycle tracking app. Natural Cycles is the only FDA-cleared and CE-marked birth control app and has helped millions prevent and plan for pregnancy naturally. Save 15% when you sign up today with code RADIO15. Learn more at naturalcycles.com.
Why do I shop at Bob's Discount Furniture? I love saving money. Seriously, Bob's has top quality pieces like beautiful leather sofas and real marble dining sets for a fraction of what you pay at the other stores. Oh, and the best part? You can bundle a sofa and love seat or a 4-piece bedroom set or a mattress and power base and save even more money. If you want to love your home, love your furniture, and save major money, shop at Bob's.
Don't let the holidays derail your fitness. Stay on track with Hydro. 20 minutes rowing on a Hydro targets 86% of your muscles as Olympians guide you from incredible locations worldwide. Running can't compete. That's why 90% stick with Hydro a year later. GQ named the Hydro Arc the best rower of 2025. And every Hydro comes with free shipping, a 30-day trial, and warranty. Go to hydro.com code FIT and save up to $600 on your next Hydro. Hydro.com code FIT.
What is the most legendary story involving a member of your family? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Mark. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores.
Yeah, so anyway, my mom was a candy striper when I was like 6 years old at a hospital, and she met John Wayne.
All right.
And then like 12 years or like 10 years later, I actually went to school with his son.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
How old was your mom when she had you? 12? Jesus.
Not that young.
13.
Not that
13, 14. How old was your mom when she had you?
She was 17.
Okay. All right. Because typically a candy striper is a teenage-aged person. So
Yeah.
No offense. Just trying to do the quick math.
No,
there.
I get it. I get it. Hey, are you still going to South Africa over the Christmas?
I am. I'm going over the break, yeah.
All right. So I lived there in the 80s during apartheid.
Okay.
Which was definitely a different situation. But just to give you a heads up, it's a lot like weather-wise. That time of year is going to be kind of probably mid-80s.
You think it's the middle of the summer? They're telling me over 100.
Well, it depends where you're at.
Okay.
So if I heard you say you're going to Kruger National Park.
Kind of outside of there, yeah.
Yeah, so that would be probably mid-80s to mid-90s. Just don't go hiking in the bushes. Cool. Because you might pick up something you don't want to pick up.
What do you mean? What am I going to get? Like a disease from a mosquito, or an animal's going to pick me up?
like ticks. When I was there, me and my buddy went traipsing out in the bush. That was cool. And we both picked up ticks on our berries.
Oh.
And ended up getting malaria, which is, I'll tell you right now, is not a fun thing.
No, I've got pills for malaria. I'll also be sure to shave myself very well so I can see anything that's on
Stay out
my
of the
body.
bush, Miles.
Don't go. Stay out of the bush.
Stay out of the bush, dude.
You're going to tick on your bees.
I like that. It's like all these things
Here's
that can
my
kill you.
advice.
He's like, look, you got hippos, you got rhinos, you got lions. Like, brother, don't get ticks on your testicles.
How did two guys get ticks on their bees?
Just walking through the bush.
Walking through the bush. That's where they go.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Just stay out of the bush, dude.
Still to come, the return of Who Sucks Less at 4:30. We've got your emails coming up next from the men's room at KISW.com.
Hold up, we got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle.
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field.
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How'd he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This episode is brought to you by PBS, home of Ken Burns. Ken Burns films aren't just documentaries, they're national events. And his latest, The American Revolution, is the one you've been waiting for. When you think American Revolution, you probably picture tea crates in Boston Harbor, founders signing documents in Philadelphia, redcoats marching into battle. But Ken Burns, along with Sarah Botstein and David Schmidt, takes us so much deeper. This was a revolution that was bloody, complicated, and unbelievably consequential. It's a story of people, some you know and many you don't, who risked everything to change the course of history. Their fight for independence lit a spark for freedom that still burns today. George Washington called it the cause of mankind. And John Adams wrote to his wife Abigail, "Posterity, you will never know what it cost us to preserve your freedom." With the American Revolution, Ken Burns and his team bring us a story that's vast, human, and deeply relevant. A story that belongs to all of us. Stream the American Revolution on the PBS app. I can't wait to watch.
Get smoother, brighter skin instantly in one easy step. Dermalogica's daily microfoliant gives you the smooth, glowy skin you want without damaging your skin barrier. This gentle exfoliating powder activates with water to smooth out rough texture and brighten skin. It's powerful enough to deliver results, yet gentle enough to use every single day, even on sensitive skin. See the results for yourself. Visit Dermalogica.com and use code SMOOTH at cart for an exclusive free gift with $65 purchase.
Holiday doorbuster deals are on at Lowe's. Today only, get select 1-quart poinsettias and select translucent plant saucers for $1 each. That means for a limited time, you can decorate to get in the Christmas spirit for less. Shop in-store to make sure you don't miss out on big savings all day. But hurry, these offers won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 11/28, in-store only, limit 16 per person. Selection varies by location, while supplies last.
In a world of endless notifications, there could be an important one you're missing. Your kidneys may be signaling an SOS. With high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes, your kidneys could be warning you of early signs of damage, which may put you at higher risk for events like heart attack or stroke. But there's a simple test that can help spot a hidden signal. Ask your doctor about a urine test called UACR to help detect kidney disease and heart risk early. To learn more, visit detectthesos.com today.
When you haven't found love, it can feel like everyone else has. It's in every movie, every song, and all the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to find the one. We can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Hold up, we got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle.
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field.
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How'd he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This episode is brought to you by PBS, home of Ken Burns. Ken Burns films aren't just documentaries, they're national events. And his latest, The American Revolution, is the one you've been waiting for. When you think American Revolution, you probably picture tea crates in Boston Harbor, founders signing documents in Philadelphia, redcoats marching into battle. But Ken Burns, along with Sarah Botstein and David Schmidt, takes us so much deeper. This was a revolution that was bloody, complicated, and unbelievably consequential. It's a story of people, some you know and many you don't, who risked everything to change the course of history. Their fight for independence lit a spark for freedom that still burns today. George Washington called it the cause of mankind. And John Adams wrote to his wife Abigail, "Posterity, you will never know what it cost us to preserve your freedom." With the American Revolution, Ken Burns and his team bring us a story that's vast, human, and deeply relevant. A story that belongs to all of us. Stream the American Revolution on the PBS app. I can't wait to watch.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up in just minutes at 4:30, the return of Who Sucks Less. But first, time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Jump right into birthday request, guys. My son Colin wanted me to email you as it's his 12th birthday today. Even though he'll be in class, he was hoping he could listen later. So here it is. Happy birthday, Colin. Continue kicking ass and taking names later. We're so incredibly proud of you, and we love you. So how about some encouragement from the coach about how awesome it is to be 12 and to continue to kill it in school? You see, Colin has straight A's.
Wow.
I never
All right.
had
Lots
that.
of love, and thank you. That from Nina, his mother.
All right, Colin, Coach gonna be dead honest with you here, son. I can't tell you how to continue getting straight A's, as Coach never did. Now, seems like you got the focus part down, and 12, man, that's a fun age. Next year you'll be 13, you'll be a teenager. Things might get a little different, a little strange, but 12 is strong. You know what 12 says? That says, Mom, we're at Red Robin tonight. I want the biggest burger I can get, and 2 orders of fries. It's fried pickles and that Oreo milkshake.
Why have you soured on the onion ring tower?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I sour. Just felt like, you know.
2 fries, get an onion ring tower.
He's got straight A's. He gets fried pickles.
And he should get the bottom is raspberry lemonade. Just so.
Oh, hey.
That's strong.
Assistant Coach Hill.
Yeah, come on, man. That S is good.
Guys, can I get a birthday shout out for myself since I'm too degenerate to have anyone call in on my behalf? How about a Homer Simpson fish sandwich and a fart as well? And would really appreciate some advice from Coach Ted on how I should celebrate turning 30 after waking up to pink eye this morning. Maybe some speculation from the dirty Germans as to how I got it in the first place. Thanks a bunch, fellas. That from Brandon.
Fish sandwich. Are you sure?
Well, listen here, son. First thing I tell you is stop eating all that. All right. How did you acquire pink eye? Listen, man, I'll be dead honest with you. Turning 30 is a big time, big celebration. Tonight's one of the busiest bar nights of the year. But if you got pink eye, man, you need to stay home. Or go to the store, a sporting goods store. You need to acquire like a scuba mask, like a full one. Then when you go out tonight, wear the scuba mask. But honestly, man, with pink eye, I'd wait a couple days before I went out, man. Nobody else wants pink eye.
Yeah, don't act like you don't know how you got pink eye. In Deutschland, we all get pink eye for the same reason. We call it skydiving.
Yeah, we know very well how he got it, too. He was down there in the Portland area.
Yeah.
He's getting a little too friendly. That's the place that serves the steak.
Yeah, up close and personal, but said, no, I'll go in through the back door.
Pink eye.
Oh, Michelle, it's my guy's birthday today. He'll be listening to you this afternoon. He's a new grandpa. So can I get a birthday shout-out from the Dirty Germans to the ultimate DILF about the only birthday present that is a must-to-make a man happy? That from your boy, Darren.
Yeah, a new grandfather. That means at one point you were a father, which means you had sex, but now you know that you've passed down that wonderful tradition of sexy time to your own family. Well done.
Yes, it's a great time. Yeah. Now it's your son's problem. You just get to hang around and hand out the cookies and see M&Ms.
Yeah, how cool is it that every time your baby poops when you're holding it, you just hand it back and say, your kid needs a diaper change.
It is wild. One uncle is so strict. When I watch him with his grandkids, I'm like, Jesus, you never gave that to your own kids or your nephews. He's like, yeah, they're grandkids.
Not mine.
My dad, same thing. I asked my mom, I said, who's the really nice guy that looks like Dad? messing around with the grandkids. She goes, look, he was always nice, but he always said, I got to raise them. So it's different.
Older brothers, it's my 39th trip around the sun for a birthday. Can I get a look out, followed by an owl hitting the window? And you guys talking all over yourselves about the worst farts you've ever had.
Oh.
Thanks, guys. That from Cheyenne.
Uh-oh, look out.
Worst
I'm talking about
fart?
the worst one that I've ever had was on the back of a bus to the point that we're going like 45 miles an hour.
It was
sitting in the very back, and it kept me recording from the bus, right? I see people opening windows.
In the middle of the night,
the bus driver actually opened the freaking door as we're moving.
I stayed up for another
just to get the
hour.
stink of it off the bus.
Gentlemen, today we're celebrating the anniversary of my wife Linda's 21st birthday. For safety reasons, I won't mention what anniversary we are on. She is an awesome mom and best friend that I could ever have, plus she looks great in yoga pants. But what she would really like today is the old Capitan to settle a dispute between us about licking the underside. Thanks, guys. That from Squirrel.
Ooh, well, ahoy there. I believe it was about licking the underside of Diggum Frog to see if you could hallucinate. Now, I don't know which one of you bet that licking Diggum Frog's underside would get you high, but let the old Capitan clear up some misinformation for you. The trippy venom you're talking about comes from toads, not frogs. In fact, the drug comes from a rare species of toad native to the Sonoran Desert, Buffa alvarius, which produces a venom known as 5-MeO-DMT, an extremely potent natural psychedelic. By the way, 5-MeO-DMT is about 4 to 6 times more powerful than its better-known cousin, DMT. And a narcotic has long been ingested by licking a toad's back, but it's now more commonly consumed as a smokable dust form. But the liquid is extracted by milking the toad's toxic venom glands and then dehydrating it into a crumbly dry paste, very similar to how Little Duddy makes oatmeal cream pies. But all of that said, I do lick the underside of Diggum Frog because we both enjoy the arousing sensation, plus in exchange for a tongue bath and a tickle of that legendary flavor saver known as my mustache, Diggum rewards me with $30 and all the methamphetamine I can smoke. Happy Thanksgiving, Crunchberry.
And I got a text from my buddy Dave. He is 55 years old today. Good golf buddy of mine. I'm going to give him some dad jokes since he didn't ask for anything. Why has a child never been conceived on Thanksgiving Day?
Why has a child never been conceived on Thanksgiving Day?
Because the bed is covered in coats. All right. What do you call a woman who sets all of her bills on fire? What do you call a woman who sets all of her bills on fire?
What?
Bernadette.
Okay, all right.
Why does Rick Astley refuse to open a bakery?
Hang on. What is it? Because
he doesn't want to sell any more Rick rolls.
He's never going to desert you.
Okay, all right.
Guys, with Thanksgiving, do you prefer to eat the cranberries right away?
No.
Sure.
Or do you just let them linger?
All right. The band Cranberries did.
No, I know.
Oh.
You look angry at that one. What's the best slogan for a urologist's office? The best slogan
for urologist.
Stream on in?
That's not bad at all.
All right.
It's actually urine, good hands.
Okay. All right.
And did you know that Bigfoot is sometimes confused with Sasquatch?
Oh, yeah?
Yet he never complains.
Hey, real quick before you sing the song, he calls in a lot of times on Monday. He will be there at Live Day. Sent in an email. Cheyenne, you've got to put your name on it. So
he did at the top.
Did you say Cheyenne?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I thought I missed it.
Yep.
Got to scold the man for doing the right thing.
Maybe I did.
Damn it! Well, sign the goddamn email, dude. We don't just read the names all the time.
All right, guys, here we go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefly.
Now, the men's room wants to know who sucks last?
Hey, time for Who Sucks Last. Steven Throwhill, you bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. They all suck. It's up to us to determine, out of the 3 stories, which one sucks the least. Now, if you happen to follow KISW on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, the debate is already underway on Who Sucks Less.
Yes, indeed. And if you are a regular listener to this program, you might recognize all 3 of these stories as our very own Mike Hawk has covered them. You sick, salacious son of a bitch. But let's get started. This one, I believe, from earlier this week, where a man stole 67 pieces of underwear from washing lines, used them to pleasure himself, and then hung them on his, quote, masturbation tree. 27-year-old Office something or other. He was arrested after a driver passing by discovered a bizarre tree in the woods near his home in central Thailand. Now, he reportedly told police that when he was drunk, he would help himself to underwear belonging to women, men, the elderly, even children. A police officer there said, quote, the suspect would sniff the private garments while masturbating and then would discard them once the odor of the owners had faded. He would hang them on a bamboo clump behind the hospital. Well, the original witness spotted the strange tree while on his way to meet a friend just last Friday. Now, several residents in nearby villages, they've complained about their missing underwear, but did not know why their clothes had been stolen or what they were used for. Now that they do know, no one can possibly feel better. Now, 6 villagers who believe their underwear was taken by the suspect, they have filed complaints against them, and officers have urged anyone else who thinks they were a victim of his crime to come forward. Now, he's been charged with stealing and faces a jail sentence of between 1 and 5 years, plus a fine of anywhere from, $47 to $237. But the underwear has been cleared from the tree and taken to the police station as evidence. So there's that guy just being weird. This is a follow-up story where a Colorado man, he has pleaded guilty. The first time we covered this guy was probably last year, and at that point he had been suspected and arrested. Well, he has now pleaded guilty and is scheduled to be sentenced for a vile act involving a bodily fluid, we all know what that means, and cupcakes that got consumed by a guest attending a birthday party. 32-year-old Stephen Masalta, he worked at a Safeway supermarket. He recently copped to attempting to commit sexual assault on a child, which is a felony, and a pair of misdemeanor indecent exposure charges. Now, according to the plea agreement, he will serve about 2 years in jail and then be placed on 10 years on the sex offender intensive supervision probation. He'll be barred from having contact with anyone under the age of 18, and he has been locked up since his arrest earlier this year for repeatedly masturbating outside of coffee shops. Yeah. But that's not even what he was really on trial for. You see, as part of the probe of those particular incidents, police searched his phones, and they discovered videos showing him masturbating and touching his penis to donuts at what appears to be a grocery store. Now, at the time of the recordings, Masalta worked as the Night Stalker at a Safeway in Fort Collins, Colorado. Investigators said the food items that came into contact with his fluid and penis included strawberries in a plastic sail container, donuts, cupcakes, and a large bucket of commercial pastry frosting. In one video, cops said that Masalta touches his penis to and masturbates on a batch of 12 cupcakes that were then ordered by a woman for a birthday party. Now, Safeway manager who was shown the video images and probably does not get paid enough to have to sit through that, he believed that was, in fact, his employee, Masalta, recorded in the bakery and in the freezer. Now, the female customer who had ordered a total of 24 cupcakes, which were then consumed by about 16 different people at a party, he was charged with 16 counts of attempted sexual assault since the cupcake special order label requesting sprinkles and Super Mario toys be included to show the order was likely intended for children. That was the big thing. So upon discovering the videos, detectives worked to contact the families of multiple children who ate the cupcakes. Keep in mind, he was arrested for masturbating outside of a coffee shop. When they got to his phone is when they found out that he's also doing his thing at the Safeway. And finally, you might remember this story. Mike, you brought us this one about a dad trying to bond with his son over in England. Yeah, the dad called his 13-year-old son a P-word after his son refused to have intercourse with a prostitute. So the boy's mom had reluctantly agreed to let her son have a night out with his dad at a hotel in southeast London. What? But when he arrived, his dad offered him cocaine and said, quote, "I've bought a brass." Now, the boy told his dad he did not want the drugs. He did not want to have sex with the woman, to which the dad responded, "Don't be a P." Well, the 2 sex workers were reportedly already on their way in a taxi. When they arrived, the dad told them that their son was 18. The teenager was then taken to another room where he reluctantly allowed a 26-year-old woman to perform a sex act. I think we can figure out what that was. But in a police statement, the boy said he didn't want to and he felt disgusting afterwards. And his dad had paid the two sex workers £150 as they left. Later that night, the boy's mom received a message from the father saying, "Piss off. I'll guard him with my life. Let the boy stretch his wings." Well, when she found out what had happened, that's when the mom called the cops and the dad was arrested. But when he got to court, he insisted that he's a good father. He even said, quote, "I might not look it in your eyes." It was only because he was feeling down because he'd broken up with his girlfriend and he said he'd done all that stuff before. "I genuinely have a good heart. On paper, I must sound like an absolute reprobate, but that's not the case at all." Anyway, the dad, who cannot be named to protect his son's identity, he did plead guilty to arranging for a child to engage in sexual activity and offering to supply cocaine. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison. There's a lot going on here.
Dad, is that you? Ted.
Get in here, lad.
I think this is an easy one.
I do too.
I think the guy with the masturbation tree, he sucks the least this time around based on the other two stories.
I would absolutely.
I think the guy in Colorado probably sucks the most to me.
Yeah.
Because you got people eating that.
Keep in mind, they weren't even investigating him for that. They found that out after the fact.
Dad London's an idiot. But
right.
I mean, I hope.
And the kid wanted nothing to do with it.
Correct. So, like,
I think
even if you're that dumb, but then your kid goes, I don't want any part of this.
to
it's
do
like,
this.
Okay. But I'm with you. The guy in that stole all the underwear and has the masturbation tree, very creepy, I know, even just saying it out loud.
I've never heard the term before this week.
I mean,
they'll get new underwear. I know he stole, but all things considered.
Right, it seems like he could commit a crime, but like right now, it's like he's just a super creep.
Right.
So on this list, yeah, Miles, I'm with you. I think it's pretty simple. Masturbation tree guy sucks the least.
We should almost be able to like contact him and be like, "Hey, man, we're from a radio show in the States, and we do a thing called Who Sucks Less. You're weird, man, but on this particular day,
you did it.
You're the least offensive.
Hey, you're not that bad."
Debate continues on Who Sucks Less if you follow KISW on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram. All right, the shot of the day is coming up at 5:07. You are listening to The Men's Room.
All right, remember, the machine knows if you're lying. First statement, Carvana will give you a real offer on your car all online.
False.
True, actually. You can sell your car in minutes.
False? That's gotta be...
True again. Carvana will pick up your car from your door, or you can drop it off at one of their car vending machines.
Sounds too good to be true, so true.
Finally caught on. Nice job. Honesty isn't just their policy, it's their entire model. Sell your car today, too.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them. A Pisces who enjoys long walks on the beach? You've got other sites for that. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
At Maurice's, we're all about great jeans. You know, the ones that fit you just right. The ones that go from work days to weekends and everywhere in between. The ones that simply make you feel good. Because you don't just wear jeans, you live in them. With 25 sizes, 5 lengths, and 6 denim brands, you've got options. And fit experts in every store to make jean shopping easier. Find great jeans starting at $29.90 in stores and at Maurice's.com.
Don't let the holidays derail your fitness. Stay on track with Hydro. 20 minutes rowing on a Hydro targets 86% of your muscles as Olympians guide you from incredible locations worldwide. Running can't compete. That's why 90% stick with Hydro a year later. GQ named the Hydro Arc the best rower of 2025. And every Hydro comes with free shipping, a 30-day trial, and warranty. Go to hydro.com, code FIT, and save up to $600 on your next Hydro. Hydro.com, code FIT.
Why do I shop at Bob's Discount Furniture? I love saving money. Seriously, Bob's has top quality pieces like beautiful leather sofas and real marble dining sets for a fraction of what you pay at the other stores. Oh, and the best part? You can bundle a sofa and love seat or a 4-piece bedroom set or a mattress and power base and save even more money. If you want to love your home, love your furniture, and save major money, shop at Bob's.
KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
All right, count up minutes. We'll drink a toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. According to scientists, there may be oceans 5,000 miles deep in Uranus.
I know. I read that today.
And Neptune.
I know. Oh. Made me happy, though, yeah. There's a big 5,000. I think they called it an abyss. A 5,000-foot abyss.
Mile, sir.
Miles.
Mile.
What's our deepest ocean?
Not that.
The Mariana
Trench in the Pacific, yeah.
Is, hang on.
How deep do we think it is?
It is deeper than Everest is high.
Yeah, I do know that much.
Correct. It is 36,000 feet at the Challenger Deep is what it says.
Damn. All right, so Uranus ain't got that much on us.
No.
A big-ass planet, that's only as deep as you can go.
Exactly.
Well, but that's 5,000 miles. Ours is measured in feet.
Oh, yeah,
Correct.
sorry, Uranus, I take it back. You're kicking our ass.
What was it? Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about how the difference between the deepest point of the Earth and the tallest point is like 11 miles or something like that.
Sorry, I did not realize. Yeah, Uranus has us crushed.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, we're toast.
Quote that.
Hell yeah.
Uranus has us crushed.
Crushed by
Pink
Uranus. Oh, God. Jeez. Scientists use the fossilized remains of dinosaur feces and vomit to reconstruct how they came to dominate the Earth.
Just to see what they were eating, I guess?
See what they were eating, see
So
where
why
they
can't
were
they do
moving.
that with human poop?
Oh, right.
Why do humans dominate the Earth? Let's look at the turd.
Let's look at the turd. I think that's actually it's just following migration patterns, where all they went.
That
and just,
makes sense.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm not working on it. I'm not a doggone scientist. I don't know. You want to look at dinosaur crap, you go right ahead. Oh, look at this. They were here. Cool.
How do you identify fossilized dinosaur turds, right? The bones I get because it's bones. You go like, obviously this is a skeleton.
Sure.
Who's the geologist that goes, man, I'm pretty sure that's a pile of ass.
Right. Look at this rock.
Well,
That's no rock.
You know the timeline?
That's no rock.
Based on the exposed layer.
Sure.
Sure.
So
But how do you know it's poop?
Well, like right now, even in North and South Dakota, some of those layers are being exposed from millions of years ago.
Yeah.
Just because they're blown out.
Right.
So that's why they find a lot of those. That's why I find a lot of those bones there.
Do you think it still has a
Canada.
funk to it? Like,
No.
if it's locked in there, dude, if it's, like, sealed and locked in there, do you think there's a little bit of a... Because, like,
I did one this morning where even 65 million years from now, if you were to crack that rock open,
Yeah.
jeez, man.
Right, you ever, like, walking the dog or maybe you're mowing the lawn or something like that, you clip a turd that's been there for a little
God.
while and it's got that crust on it and then it busts open like, oh, morning!
Yeah, it's different.
I wonder if that's the same thing with the dinosaur poo.
That's how we figured it out.
I don't know. I told you when I was a landscaper, like we used to tell people, like, you're paying us to mow the lawn, not pick up dog poop.
That's
or you
right.
could pay extra.
Yeah.
Because you're right. When you're mowing and you cut it open, it is awful.
It's bad, dude. A new study revealed that 208 million Americans are overweight or obese.
Yep.
Yeah, no kidding.
So basically 2/3 of the population around here.
I mean, couldn't you just go outside, go to the airport, take a look around? I think you'd reach about the same conclusion.
Sure. No,
Go
it's
to a
not-
restaurant, anywhere.
Now, it's not saying it's on a morbid level. It's not saying it's at an
Right.
incredibly unhealthy level. It's just saying you're overweight or you're obese.
Right.
If I lost 12 pounds today, I would be 181 pounds.
Right.
I'm still overweight.
Correct. And that's the
So
whole
it's
thing.
like, I'm just like, I looked at that story and I'm just like, I gotta start running again? Like, this
Right.
is, this
Are we
is-
still going off of BMI?
Yes.
Because,
yes,
again,
on this
Arnold
one. It has
Schwarzenegger
to.
in his heyday was obese, was morbidly obese.
Right. I mean, but that's the thing. If they do it by weight, again, muscle weighs more than fat, so that's not
Right.
a fair. But yeah, your BMI.
Right. And I'm not saying anybody in this room is ripped by any means, but at the same
We're
time,
not.
like...
This is not a room of rich.
It's just height based on weight.
Yep.
Exactly.
So if you're broad, you're
Yeah.
screwed, you know?
So screw you, UK. We're just taller. The day is upon us, and like our mothers before us, we've been terrified of all the things our guests are going to point out that aren't clean in our homes. You ever had your mom just make you clean things? It's like, they're not looking here.
Yes, my parents, when I lived at home with them, if guests were coming over, which is probably 4 times a week, right? I mean, it was a deep clean, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they did not
100%.
effort. And the house was never messy. They didn't even allow it to get messy, right? We just didn't operate that way.
Right.
But yeah, people were coming over, like, you brought up the cleaning products, and my father would be like, okay, you're going to use that spray. You want gloves and a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Luckily, we have exactly what they're looking for.
The Men's Room Top 10.
The Men's Room Top 10!
10 things guests always notice that aren't clean in your home. The holidays are a special time for everyone, but the host and hostess. Sure, it's wonderful having friends and family gather near to give thanks and gratitude for God knows what. That being said, make sure you empty your dirty clothes hamper. Cousin Jeff likes to roam off the beaten path when you're distracted in the kitchen, and the last thing you want him to find and sniff is your dirty, sweaty, clammy underthings.
Underthings.
Check his pockets before he leaves with your unmentionables. By the way, nice thong. Happy Thanksgiving.
Jeez, Wes. So there you go with that. So these are 10 things that guests always notice that aren't clean in your home. Let's see if you guys will actually notice this in other homes that you go into. Do you guys ever notice the dusty vent covers?
I think I do and I don't.
Sure.
They don't look any different than mine, so to me it's just a vent cover.
Right.
Mine bug me, but generally speaking, it's like I expect us.
Normally it's an outtake, more so than an intake.
Right.
Or an intake more so than an outtake.
Exactly. And that tends to be in the basement somewhere, or wherever it is that you're getting your air sucked in at.
I mean, look at ours. Look at ours.
Oh, yeah. That's filthy.
I wouldn't notice, but like I'm far from like a super clean. Like my house, I got to straighten up all the time. So it's like I'm not going to cover somebody's house. Like, what do you got? Dust on this?
You guys ever notice the top of someone's fridge?
No.
Same.
Not that tall.
No, I mean, I hear you. It's not a place I think to look.
I don't know if it's clean up there.
I don't care, but I mean, I really can't tell.
The only time I would know, and I had this for the longest time, is when I keep the booze up there.
Yes.
Other than that, there is no real reason that I can think of that you need to see the top of somebody's fridge.
Yeah, there's not. I mean, there's nothing up there that's going to affect me. And like
Don't you have a bar now in your new home?
I do not know. The bar was in it like 2 homes ago.
Okay.
But I got a nice. There's actually a full cabinet above the fridge now, and that's my bar.
All right, cool.
That's my bar. The bottom of your shower curtain.
Yeah.
I just ordered one from Amazon yesterday.
There
You can notice that.
And I just switched one out in the kids' bathroom.
I need to switch mine out. But if I'm at your house for Thanksgiving, why am I in your shower?
That's kind of my thought.
Because people are nosy.
Well,
I mean, that's the
depending
whole
on the
thing.
shower and where the bathroom is. Some downstairs bathrooms have showers.
Why is there that kind of orange lining or like
It's pink. Mike. That's mold. That's why I ordered, because, I looked and nice pink shower curtain, Miles. Maybe get rid of that.
Okay.
I got into my kids' shower last week. I did not want that shower curtain to touch me. And as soon as I got out of the shower, we have 2 backup of the clear plastic ones.
Yeah.
Immediately changed it out. I was like, my God, did one of you explode in here?
Better to smell like gasoline plastic than have mold.
Yeah, right. Marks on the mirrors and screens. I'll notice those.
I mean, the mirror, you can't
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean, it depends. Like, if you have kids, I just expect that crap everywhere.
But if I come over to your place and we're watching the game, even if it is on Thanksgiving.
Oh, you mean
and
on the TV
And I
screen.
see like a smudge on that screen, I'm staring at that bad boy the entire doggone time.
I can't take it personally.
No.
Like, my kids are old enough now, it's not a problem. But when they were like 5 or 6, when you turned on the TV, you thought like your house was haunted because on the bottom of the screen, it's just handprints.
Yes.
Like, guys, stop touching the TV.
Right.
We have a remote control. You don't need to touch it.
I feel like those days are kind of over, those. I think most people's TVs I see now are just hanging.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine
that
isn't.
helps.
The first time my nephew came over and visited our house, the first time that he was on wheels and he was, when they left, there were 2 little fingerprints at the very bottom of my doggone
They
TV.
cannot help themselves.
Like, doggone
Gotta
it,
touch
dude.
it.
Get away from the damn TV.
Did you see Jordan Morris's kid?
No.
After the game on Saturday, the Sounders game?
No.
He's like giving an interview. His son is, he's holding him, so he's
Yeah.
little. The kid just can't stop touching the microphone.
You're
Just keeps reaching over, and he's like, all right. You know what I mean? He's like trying to give a real interview of like how he just won a game on a goal. And the kid
Overtime.
just keeps touching that microphone, the little phone
What
thing.
does that feel like?
Yeah, exactly.
Grime on the stove controls. I forgive that. You're cooking on there. Grime can be difficult to get. It's a stove, dude. You're cooking. Like you're throwing down on there. As long as-
Especially every burner is packed that day.
Oh, God,
I mean,
dude.
That you'll do that later.
You'll get around to it.
Yeah.
We understand.
10 things guests always notice aren't clean in your home. The dirty light switch covers and fixtures.
I'm pretty adamant about wiping those down.
I do too.
I don't
And
know that
mostly post-COVID, it was just, and it could just Lysol wipes, whatever. It's just a quick thing, but when you actually start looking at it, you realize everyone in this family uses this light switch, and there's evidence.
I live by myself. I'm like, is that peanut butter?
Yeah.
What is? I don't even know. Is it chocolate?
Mine have never gotten dirty. Like, I've never gone around and wiped them down. Like, I'm sure that there's bacteria and all that crap all
I know it's like
all
me
over
getting
it, but-
snacks at night, just like turn the lights on, turn the lights off, and just like, oh,
Get in here.
great.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to look. I'm with you. Plus, I don't know that I always use my finger, like the tip of my finger to turn on lights, because most of my switches are just a little flip back and forth. Sometimes I hit them with a knuckle.
Exactly.
It's like the one by my door that I use the most, oftentimes if I'm carrying something, just gets the elbow.
Right. That
back
gets
of the hand.
A grimy fridge door, especially here in the days of stainless steel, man.
Yeah, man.
Those
Yep.
smudges
You
get
see
all
it.
over the doggone place. The messy microwave.
Yeah, man, when that thing pops open, just like, good God, man.
No, that's just here.
I'm about to say, there's some horror stories of just it getting bad here, dude.
Use a paper towel on top, guys.
The fact that our
Did
old
you put a gerbil in there? Like, why does it look
Right.
like this?
The fact that our old GM Jack actually had to send an email like, guys, clean this damn thing out. It's disgusting in there. Cover your dishes, whatever it is.
You know what that means? It means Jack had a cold meal that he wanted to heat up, opened that thing, looked in there, looked like the House of Horrors. Right. Like Vincent Price should be in there.
Also, just put a paper towel over it.
That's it. That's all you
It's
got
not
to do.
that hard.
Yeah. It really isn't.
Golly. Dusty corners.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty anal about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got rid of all the carpet that was in the house, and we got all this tile floor, which is both good and bad, because you don't realize how filthy you are until you have some kind of hard surface below you versus the carpet. Because I'm like, we're not doing anything
Holy
different than
cow.
we did when we had carpet, but carpet hides a lot of crap. Now I'm just like, oh my God.
We vacuum every day.
I'm convinced that we run a dog kennel in my home because there's no way that much dog hair is falling off of my dog and she still has fur.
I mean, this place I live now is the first place I've had hardwood floors.
Yeah.
You notice it more, but also, like, it's just so much easier to
I agree.
get
Oh,
a
yeah.
broom and just sweep
But
it up
we-
quickly than it is to, like, I feel like vacuuming takes a lot more time as opposed to me sweeping my kitchen, my living room.
We'll go 9 days of darkness, 10 days of darkness. Everything's fine. I am so happy when the sun comes through that window, and then I look at my floor and I'm like, oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Or when you walk and have a stampede of dust bunnies
Yes.
following
or
you.
if, God forbid, you walk around in your socks, and by the time you get upstairs, you look at it, it looks like you just swifted the floor.
Yes.
Because you did.
God. Dirty doors. Dirty doors. Look at you, dirty
They
doors.
lead to the
Like
sugar
doorknobs?
walls.
Or like
no,
So,
the doors themselves.
Can be surprisingly easy to forget to clean them, and if you do forget, it can be glaringly obvious to guests. One Redditor shared that they gauge a home's cleanliness by its doors. A dozen of other comments supported the sentiment, including specific mentions of the knobs, the frame, the floor area, and behind the door.
I'm pretty anal about that. And I get all of this from my father.
Sure.
'Cause that is how we had to clean growing up. So now it's just second nature to me. Like, it sucks, but that's what you do.
If there's a noticeable grime on the door, you know, like Miles was saying, there's an errant drop of some weird tomato soup that ends
How
up
many
on a dog.
days do you stare at it before you finally say, I'm going to deal with this now?
Like 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, nobody does it immediately.
Right.
Maybe you do it immediately if it's still hot and or wet, and you can just do a quick wipe.
But the one that does get me is, you know, there's kind of a design on the door that's kind of your standard design. It almost looks like there's holes that you could cut out and put windows in there, basically. You know, the squares all
But
over the
the
place.
dust collects on
The dust collects all over those. And then from time to time, we'll just have to go over and just wipe all that off.
You know, one thing I did recently was took not the light bulb, but the bulb around the light bulb off of the hallway ceiling lights, ran it through the dishwasher.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
I mean, my wife knew, but anyway, the kids come home, and my son asked me if we had new lights.
Whoa!
It made such a difference. He's like, wow, man, did we get new lights? I'm like, we are that filthy. No.
Yeah. Stained walls shows up on the list of things that guests always notice aren't clean in your home. Yeah, if there's a stain on your wall,
How's
they're
your
gonna
wall
notice.
get stained?
There's
I think
reasons.
that's
Outside
what-
of children.
That's why I think people notice. Because, like, it's
Yeah.
like I said, if you have dirty kitchen handles, you kind of go, all right, they make food in there, I get it. The wall, you're like, why is that there?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just throwing food around.
Dusty ceiling fan blade shows up on the list, which, if you're looking at the ceiling fan, that's probably got dust
It's
on
going
it.
to be dusty, right?
Crumbs on the couch. That's a big one. If you got
Yeah.
people coming over, vacuum out the couch real quick. Dude, I'm guilty of that one. That's me all doggone day. Dirty toilet seats.
Yes.
Especially underneath the toilet seat.
Man, one of the most terrifying things to me, and I'm pretty good about cleaning, but the kids' bathroom when I lift the toilet seat. I'm like, what am I going to find? I should stop asking myself that question because it is.
You're going to find a lot.
I find a lot of things, and I'm like, okay, I know you come in here and do number 1. You come in here and do number 2. You must be going up to like number 7 because I cannot explain what I'm looking at.
It's post-apocalyptic under there, dude.
It's really.
But then this is the number one thing that guests always notice is not cleaning your home, and it is a drum roll that doesn't show up. There it is. That stinky, stanky kitchen trash can.
Yeah.
And we get nose blind to it. I get it.
My trash can's not bad. My recycling
Yes.
is a little bit more, funky than that.
Right. Safety's sake, if you got people coming over,
just empty the trash.
Right. Take your trash, take your recycling out, clean them out if it's a big enough gathering and it's been long enough.
Yeah, we got people coming over Friday, not tomorrow. But people coming over Friday. Count on me cleaning all of that stuff before the show.
Exactly.
Yeah, to me, if I come home and I can smell something in my trash can, I know it's time to go.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And it always happens when you've just changed out the trash, too. You just threw away something.
You just don't realize that
Or the
trash
day
can
after trash
has
day.
some juice. Yes.
It's got to sit in there for another week.
Hey, come on, man. Doggone it. Give me a break.
Trash can juice.
Yeah. Oh.
That'd be a hell of a shot.
Because you
wouldn't
can
it?
never identify exactly where the juice came. There's always like 3 possible culprits.
Right. Well, you can tell what is in there. You just don't know what else isn't in there.
Right.
All right, remember, the machine knows if you're lying. First statement, Carvana will give you a real offer on your car all online.
False.
True, actually. You can sell your car in minutes.
False? That's gotta be.
True again. Carvana will pick up your car from your door, or you can drop it off at one of their car vending machines.
Sounds too good to be true, so true.
Finally caught on. Nice job. Honesty isn't just their policy, it's their entire model. Sell your car today, too.
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
Huddle up. We got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle.
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field.
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How'd he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
At Maurice's, we're all about great jeans. You know, the ones that fit you just right. The ones that go from work days to weekends and everywhere in between. The ones that simply make you feel good. Because you don't just wear jeans, you live in them. With 25 sizes, 5 lengths, and 6 denim brands, you've got options. And fit experts in every store to make jean shopping easier. Find great jeans starting at $29.90 in stores and at Maurice's.com.
Don't let the holidays derail your fitness. Stay on track with Hydro. 20 minutes rowing on a Hydro targets 86% of your muscles as Olympians guide you from incredible locations worldwide. Running can't compete. That's why 90% stick with Hydro a year later. GQ named the Hydro Arc the best rower of 2025. And every Hydro comes with free shipping, a 30-day trial, and warranty. Go to hydro.com code FIT and save up to $600 on your next Hydro. Hydro.com code FIT.
Why do I shop at Bob's Discount Furniture? I love saving money. Seriously, Bob's has top quality pieces like beautiful leather sofas and real marble dining sets for a fraction of what you pay at the other stores. Oh, and the best part? You can bundle a sofa and love seat or a 4-piece bedroom set or a mattress and power base and save even more money. If you want to love your home, love your furniture, and save major money, shop at Bob's.
A man in Japan was arrested for trespassing, but as it turns out, it's far from his first offense, Sir Miles, and I got the full story at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-803-ROCK. Have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk. And Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast a comedy great that most people have actually never heard of, 80-year-old Jim Abrahams. Do you know who that is?
I do not.
Okay, you're going to appreciate this guy. And so he died yesterday at his home in California. He was the man that basically transformed satire into a cinematic art form. He's the one that cast Leslie Nielsen in his first comedy role, 1980's Airplane. After that, he brought us Top Secret, Naked Gun, the Police Squad TV series,
man. Nice.
Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2.
How have we never heard of this guy?
Mafia. He essentially was one of 3 writers and or creators behind all these parody movies. The other 2 cats that he worked with, oh man, what were the movies they did? Animal House was one of them. I mean, like, these guys, prolific comedy guys. His most recent was Scary Movie 4. Yeah, that's back in 2006, but the guy's 80 years old. You kind of understand. Anyway, as a fan of satire and all of those movies, because they make me laugh every single time, I figured this dude, Jim, like I said, most people don't know who he is, but man, his impact on comedy in cinema, think of someone like Will Ferrell. Right? I mean, like the movies that he does, this guy got it going. So today, I just wanted to honor the guy with the shot of the day because I just don't know if we're going to get comedy like that again. I think the guy was a freaking genius.
Well, I am serious. Stop calling me Shirley.
That's actually the first words they had in the article about him dying.
Cast O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, cast O.J. Simpson, a man before his time.
There you go.
Yeah. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
All right, it's going to get tested on the line for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
Hold up, we got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle.
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field.
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How'd he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This episode is brought to you by PBS, home of Ken Burns. Ken Burns films aren't just documentaries, they're national events. And his latest, The American Revolution, is the one you've been waiting for. When you think American Revolution, you probably picture tea crates in Boston Harbor, founders signing documents in Philadelphia, redcoats marching into battle. But Ken Burns, along with Sarah Botstein and David Schmidt, takes us so much deeper. This was a revolution that was bloody, complicated, and unbelievably consequential. It's a story of people, some you know and many you don't, who risked everything to change the course of history. Their fight for independence lit a spark for freedom that still burns today. George Washington called it the cause of mankind. And John Adams wrote to his wife Abigail, "Posterity, you will never know what it cost us to preserve your freedom." With the American Revolution, Ken Burns and his team bring us a story that's vast, human, and deeply relevant. A story that belongs to all of us. Stream the American Revolution on the PBS app. I can't wait to watch.
Get smoother, brighter skin instantly in one easy step. Dermalogica's Daily Microfoliant gives you the smooth, glowy skin you want without damaging your skin barrier. This gentle exfoliating powder activates with water to smooth out rough texture and brighten skin. It's powerful enough to deliver results, yet gentle enough to use every single day, even on sensitive skin. See the results for yourself. Visit Dermalogica.com and use code SMOOTH at cart for an exclusive free gift with $65 purchase.
At Lowe's, before the holidays is the perfect time for upgrades and upkeep. During Black Friday, get up to 50% off select major appliances and buy more to save more with up to an additional 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Plus, grab select DeWalt 20-volt max drill or impact driver kits for just $99. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/3. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Explore your purpose. Become your potential. With an advanced degree from Marquette University Graduate School, Marquette graduates excel in their fields and are sought after for their academic preparation. With more than 70 career-advancing programs, you will find unlimited opportunities to discover a rewarding path. Most programs offer flexible formats for busy professionals. Become your potential. Search Marquette Graduate for more information. Marquette University. Be the difference.
If you're still waiting for a sign, here's another one. At California Psychics, we reject 98% of the psychics who apply to work for us. So we only connect you with the best. That's how we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And right now, new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. Dramatic sound effect incoming. Experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com.
Homes.com has collaboration tools to help home shoppers search, share, and discuss home shopping with family, friends, and their agent directly through the site. Though it was fun to get that email from your husband about that 3-bedroom in the hills, to which you replied via text that you would never live in the hills and you'd like to find a 3-bedroom closer to the beach. To which he replied, "Why are you so uncompromising?" A fun way to spend an afternoon, but we think it's just a tad bit easier our way. Homes.com. Ding dong. We've done your homework.
This episode is brought to you by PBS, home of Ken Burns. Ken Burns films aren't just documentaries, they're national events. And his latest, The American Revolution, is the one you've been waiting for. When you think American Revolution, you probably picture tea crates in Boston Harbor, founders signing documents in Philadelphia, redcoats marching into battle. But Ken Burns, along with Sarah Botstein and David Schmidt, takes us so much deeper. This was a revolution that was bloody, complicated, and unbelievably consequential. It's a story of people, some you know and many you don't, who risked everything to change the course of history. Their fight for independence lit a spark for freedom that still burns today. George Washington called it the cause of mankind. And John Adams wrote to his wife Abigail, "Posterity, you will never know what it cost us to preserve your freedom." With the American Revolution, Ken Burns and his team bring us a story that's vast, human, and deeply relevant. A story that belongs to all of us. Stream the American Revolution on the PBS app. I can't wait to watch.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhook, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Now, look, it is the day before Thanksgiving, so what we're going to do is family style, guys. Right. No callers, no outside listeners. Today, you three gentlemen will be competing against one another.
So they hung up.
Yeah, they hung up.
No, man, family style.
Okay. All right.
Don't ruin it, Miles.
I know. My God.
Who invited the stepdad?
I know. He's the drunk uncle. So today,
family style.
Today, you have your choice of one of 3 categories. We have interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. And finally, License to Spill, where you guess the substance that made the mess. Miles, because you're the drunk uncle at this Thanksgiving table.
Oh, let's go animal.
All right, residents of a northern British Columbia community, they're trying to solve the mystery. Whoops, that is the wrong one.
Got it, Dave.
All right, here we go. All right, my bad.
What kind of animal is in my home?
All right, here we go. Well, funny you should say that, Ted. A man who suffered from diabetes and poor blood clotting died after he was scratched by his pet, which caused him to bleed out. Now, the scratch is on 55-year-old Dmitry Ukin's leg, were reportedly so severe that he died of blood loss. Now, the incident took place in Russia when Dmitry went to look for his pet after it ran away from home 2 days earlier. Well, apparently, he found the pet on the street and brought it home. I'm going to guess the pet did not want to be there because that same evening, it badly scratched his leg. Now, keep in mind, Dmitry's wife was away, so he called his neighbor and told his neighbor, "Hey, man, I'm dying." He couldn't stop the bleeding. Then he called the medics. Well, a police source reportedly told local media that around 11 p.m., a man did call the equivalent of 911 to say that his friend was bleeding from his leg due to a torn vein. The doctors who arrived only confirmed the man's death, which the police received a telephone message about. Now, according to an unnamed neighbor who provided first aid to the man, he said the medical team took a long time to arrive. We can at least all agree that it took them too long to arrive. But the question is, what was the pet that killed this poor dude? Was it a raccoon? Was it a dog? Was it a wolf, or was it a cat? It's a raccoon, dog, wolf, or cat. It's the Russian way.
I think he tried to bring the wild in, and I think it's a raccoon.
A raccoon? Okay.
I think he brought in something wilder. It's Russia. It's a damn wolf.
It's a wolf.
I'm going to go cat.
That makes the most sense.
I'm going cat.
Well, based
Russia,
on Miles' experience with cats.
Exactly, just a Gomez in there.
What?
Mike and I are just going with Russia. It's an animal.
What pet killed this guy? A raccoon, a dog, a wolf, or a cat? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Categories analyze this on Profile This. We got a guy's pet in Russia ran away from home. He did find his pet 2 days later.
Yes, he did.
He brought his pet home.
Yes, he did.
And while he was sleeping, it scratched him to death. Well, he bled out.
Yeah, he bled out.
Either way. Was it a raccoon, a dog, a wolf, or a cat?
And that is the question I posed to you, gentlemen. Let's start with Ted Smith. You said it is Russia, so you just went all in.
Wolf.
Said a wolf. It was not a wolf.
Disappointed.
A little bit. Yeah. But I feel like it would have bitten him. Let's see. Mike, you went with the old raccoon.
No!
Because people insist on keeping raccoons as pets, which is stupid.
It's got a little mask.
Cat scratch fever, comrade. Come on.
And then Miles, based, I'm assuming, on all of your prior experience with cats, you went cat, and you are correct.
Bam! Winner, Thanksgiving dinner.
Miles hates cats.
Yeah, sure, it's a cat. Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box,
Armageddon.
the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right. Your choices today.
Okay.
You got Seth Meyers,
Mr. Myers,
the Jimmies,
Fallon and Kimball,
Tomlinson,
Taylor,
Colbert,
Steven,
or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
That's right, on the title, these guys have teams of talented writers help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be the Ted Smith original?
35% of Americans say turkey is their least favorite Thanksgiving Day food. I like turkey. Turkey's like the Aquaman of Thanksgiving. Might not be your favorite, but just like the Justice League isn't complete without him. Once again, the top food on the Thanksgiving list is the 10 milligram pot gummy you eat on your way to your in-laws' house.
Colbert.
Yeah, Stephen Colbert.
Kimmel.
They did a survey. They found that 35% of Americans consider turkey to be their least favorite Thanksgiving dish, which, I don't know, I like. Turkey's kind of like the Aquaman of Thanksgiving. Might not be your favorite, but the Justice League isn't complete without him, right? Once again, at the top of the list, the most popular Thanksgiving food is, the 10 milligram pot gummy you eat in the car on the way to your in-laws' house.
I disagree. Turkey's the Superman of the dinner. Again, it's still not your favorite. There's not a whole lot of people like, man, Superman's the best of the Justice League. It's
Okay, that's fair.
He's just
That's
in
fair.
the front.
Right, he has to be there.
Right.
ESPN on Monday Night Football became the first show to do a live on-air gender reveal. And because it's ESPN, the gender was Stephen A. Smith.
The Ted Smith.
The Ted Smith.
He's got another show.
He's going to be on the NBA. Jesus.
That's one cousin I can't get
You
away from.
can't turn on that channel. You cannot turn on that channel. He's there.
I can't get away from that cousin.
And he still thinks his last name is Smith.
Can you imagine that Thanksgiving table?
No.
I read the most popular time to eat Thanksgiving dinner is between 2 and 3 p.m., which is a polite way of telling your guests we would love you to get out of here as soon as possible.
Fallon.
Colbert.
Fallon.
I read that the most popular time to eat Thanksgiving dinner is between 2 and 3 p.m. Serving dinner at 2 p.m. is a polite way of telling your guests we'd love to get you out of here as soon as possible.
Also gives you time if you're driving to get back home.
Yes, this is true.
The average American man has 3 close friends, which if you're over the age of 30 are coworker, brother-in-law, and that guy at the gym. I think his name is Greg.
Colbert.
Myers.
According to a new survey, the average American man has 3 close friends, which, if you're over 30, are coworker, brother-in-law, and that guy at the gym. I think his name's Greg.
All right. So I got some fun facts here about the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade.
Oh, did you watch that?
You know what? I won't watch it this year because my mom's not in town.
I was getting to say, man,
it's a mom thing.
If my mother were in town, it would be on.
Why do moms love bands so much?
But it's
marching bands.
It's the parade.
Oh, right.
Just the whole
I'm just
thing.
saying, overall, I don't understand it. Back in the day, they used to have that one at the smaller parade down here at the Macy's downtown on Friday. And I mean, I would get up We go down there every year.
I can see the joy in your face.
Yeah. Oh, it was great, Miles.
Remembering these wonderful times.
Right. Now, later in the evening, when they lit the Christmas tree down there.
more festive.
Right. I was all for that, right? Because then you've cooked some food. You know, you've had a couple beverages. That's a fun time. But she loved that parade, so we would get up and go down there.
It'll be on in my house tomorrow morning.
Does your wife like it?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Did you ever have a local marching band from your area go?
Yeah, there's always like some local
Because it was like
school
it was
that
like a
gets
big,
the
it was a big deal. Like the high school marching band would go, and so
I mean, that makes
a lot
it
of
cool.
families would go to New York.
Sure.
And that was like, you're going to New York?
That personalizes it for you.
And then, of course, you'd watch it all morning, and they never televised your band.
Right.
They were in the parade. But you never saw them.
No, it's just bad lip syncing of actual
You
singers.
saw Snoopy.
I'm sure there was, like, I went to a Catholic grade school, so I don't think our band wasn't a marching band.
Right.
But, like, my brother had been in band. I think I was in band 1 year. Yeah, I was 1 year playing tuba. But, like, they were never on there. But I'm sure there was local schools that were. But, yeah, people love the parade. Yeah.
I can't remember. It was they were on television. They almost went every year because they were like one of those honored bands that won competitions. So it was the rival high school, and it was the Morgantown Mohegans. And so when they marched in the band, I think it was Lauer or somebody at the time.
All right.
I can't remember who it was. He's like, and coming up next, the Morgantown Mohegans from Morgantown, West Virginia. I think we know what side of the table they sat on.
Oh, no.
Oh, damn.
That was his thing. I was just like, oh, God. Oh, God.
Is it true that band had one guy just kind of lag behind?
Wow, the last guy?
one?
The last guy?
That's a Last of Mohicans joke.
It's probably a flag person, right?
Speaking of the marching bands, Miles, marching bands have to apply more than 1 year in advance for a time spot.
I believe that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because of how big of a deal it is.
Right.
There's got to be some sort of like paring down process. I don't know if they audition for it, send them a tape or something like that.
Probably
but-
tape.
So it's like Valentine's at the Met.
Yeah. New York City might be a little rainy tomorrow, but the parade happens rain or shine. Strong winds can keep the balloon grounded like in 71 and 2019, but they say right now winds seem okay. The balloon should be up.
Look, man, the only thing of interest to me in the parade are the balloons.
Yes.
And I wouldn't
correct.
even watch it for that, but when they do their highlights later, like, just show me that.
There's some new characters of the balloon lineup this year. Any idea who they are?
Are they popular?
They gotta be.
Like the new kid thing.
Right, they've got to be newer characters, correct?
Oh, I'm guessing some wicked people.
So one of them is old school. It's just Minnie Mouse. She's all
Minnie.
new for 24.
Okay.
She hasn't been on there, really.
Extraordinary Nora and the Elf on the Shelf.
The elf. That's not going to give kids nightmares.
It's like a magical wolf with the Elf on the Shelf riding it.
Okay.
A magical wolf.
Just like I pictured it.
Well, it's an extraordinary Nora. Gabby will be on there.
Gabby.
I feel like I know the name. But
Small girl with a stuffed animal. I don't know.
I think it's a small girl with a big head.
And then Go-Gru.
Oh, yeah, Star Wars Mandalorian, finally.
Star Wars man and Baby Yoda.
That guy's from Star Wars?
Yeah,
Baby
Grogu.
Yoda.
Mandalorian.
It's Baby Yoda.
No. This guy is like a human that's got muscles. G-O-K-U?
Goku.
Goku.
That is Dragon Ball Z is what that is.
Who
Oh,
cares?
Joel will
Dragon
be
Ball.
fired up. Marshall from Paw Patrol.
Oh,
Why did I know Paw Patrol was going to be in there?
God. Oh, because they're making a movie, I think.
That's right, they are.
God.
Now I'm bummed out, no Grogu.
I know, man. For a minute there, I'm like, all right,
That's awesome.
Baby Yoda.
That's awesome. Finally.
How is he not on there now that we're thinking on it?
I mean, Bluey's in there.
Yeah.
Snoopy.
Grogu would be easy.
Ronald McDonald.
Ronald McDonald.
Pillsbury Doughboy.
Poppin' Fresh. He has a name tag.
Yep. Smokey
Hey.
Bear. Stuart the Minion. There's a lot of stuff in there,
Nice.
boys. Yeah.
Okay, wait, they named the minion. You could actually point that one and say that one's Stuart.
There's three main ones that had a name.
Yeah, there is.
Because there's a guy with
Kevin.
one eye. Yeah, there's like Kevin.
Stu.
Is it
Stuart?
Brian? I can't remember. But yeah, there's three that have a name.
I don't know.
Sounds like the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, no kidding.
Before everybody gets upset, I know people got pissed at like John Legend a couple years ago, and they're like, he's such a good singer. Why is he lip syncing?
Oh, right.
They all lip sync.
Right.
Mariah Carey.
Right, doesn't matter.
All the people
She's-
on the stage basically just do
Right,
their
if
act.
they're
and
on a
get out.
parade float, they are lip syncing.
They don't take chances.
They don't. And I want to say the network is the one who says that. Like, look, there's no flubs, there's no mess up, nothing, right?
Correct.
We'll take care of it.
This will be a flawless show. Yes,
Yes.
you're great at doing what you do. This will be a flawless show.
Because of the parade, Macy's is reportedly the second largest consumer of helium in the world.
Okay.
Who's number one?
U.S. government.
Oh, that makes sense. Makes sense.
For what?
A lot of sciencey stuff that no one cares about.
Okay.
Honest to God.
You think it'd be Chuck E. Cheese.
Up until 1939, the parade floats were pulled by horses.
Makes sense.
And now they're just tethered with people.
Right.
The balloons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, the floats were pulled by the horses.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Right.
Don't
Sure,
forget.
that makes sense.
Don't forget, too, also, when you talk about parades, another big parade on New Year's Day is the Rose Bowl parade.
Yeah.
So the Rose Bowl parade, they were trying to get people to move to Southern California and sell roses. Then after a couple of years, they were like, yeah, see, what if we have an exhibition with these college kids?
That's how it came about.
That's how the football game came about. Yeah, the Rose Bowl parade predates the Rose Bowl itself.
Damn.
I know. See, let's get out there with some adventure.
Let's do it.
Put on your leather helmets and throw that pigskin around, boys.
Let's see. Before the Macy's Day Parade, there was the annual Thanksgiving Ragamuffin Parade, where local children dressed up as beggars and asked adults on the street for pennies, candies, and apples.
Right after Halloween.
Do that. I would do that.
Yeah, Macy's came along. And we're like, we'll just do a real parade. The first one attracted over 250,000 people.
Damn.
Well, it's so back in the day. Like, that stuff was mind-blowing.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, you're sitting around riding horses and eating a pepperoni stick for dinner.
Milking
and then
cow.
Miles,
You think they had pepperoni sticks back then?
But then Miles shows up and it's like, kids, tomorrow, floats, parades, balloons. That's how Miles talked.
That's right.
Go grab all the money from all the people standing there for the parade.
This is also the 100th anniversary of the parade. The first one in 1924 happened when store employees marched basically dressed in vibrant costumes. There was floats, bands, live animals borrowed from the zoo. It was originally Christmas themed and meant to celebrate basically the opening of the Christmas season at the flagship store.
Macy's is that old?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Holy cow, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what a lot of, I mean, look, like most things in this country, that's what it comes down to. Macy's was like,
consumerism.
We need to sell stuff.
Yep.
Right?
Dude.
Yeah.
And that was the reason you went downtown to New York. Like if you were coming in from out of town.
Oh,
you go to
absolutely.
Times Square, but you're going to Macy's.
Macy's or FAO Schwartz.
Mm-hmm. Is that even
these-
still around?
What's that?
FAO Schwartz. Is that even still around?
I would think in Times Square they might
Maybe
have,
in Times Square.
they might have a store,
Right.
just because it's so iconic. But I mean, I don't know that I ever saw an FAO Schwartz anywhere else. Like when I was a kid, you had Toys R Us or KB Toys in the mall.
There was actually one down in Westlake. Permanently closed.
Oh, okay.
All right. Also, Thanksgiving weekend, a lot of sports on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. First of all, we know NFL standard, the 2 games.
3.
Well, there's a standard 2 games. Then they've added the third one,
Right.
and the third one seems to be the only game that is a matchup you want to watch, right? Because the Lions going to kick the crap out of whoever they're playing.
Right.
Then you have the Giants and the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
The Lions and Bears.
Right. Oh, you know what? I take that back. That might be a decent game.
Mm-hmm. Might be.
But the main thing is the late night cap. You have what? The Dolphins, Packers. Both like Tua's back.
They'll figure out
That
how
should be
good
a
they
good
are.
game.
Yeah.
You know, again, I think it's great living on the West Coast. You get up, that first game's on at 9:30. I'll still be, cooking butter, chopping
for
onion,
sure.
chopping celery, and getting that all in there. Then you have a lot of college football on. Some of your old traditional rivalries are not going to be there, but some of the new ones will start up. Like Saturday, you have Washington and Oregon. So it's no longer the Apple Cup to end the season. It's Washington, Oregon. You have your Mississippi States, all that stuff.
Also a Black Friday NFL game, Chiefs and
That's actually the Thursday night
Vegas.
football game.
You know what? Miles, good call. I completely forgot to do one on Black Friday. I believe that's on Amazon.
Correct.
So you can watch that.
Because I saw the advertisement for it last night, and it says Chiefs Raiders, and I said out loud, "That's not even a game." My wife looked at me and said, "The Chiefs barely beat the Panthers." I was like, "You know what? Good call."
And we'll watch it.
Yes.
Of course I'll watch it. It's NFL football.
And then Sunday morning, Seahawks people, get up early. Seahawks are in New York taking on the mighty Jets.
Okay. Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to the Men's.
Oh, the car from Carvana's here. Well, will you look at that? It's exactly what I ordered. Like, precisely. It would be crazy if there were any catches. But there aren't, right?
Right. Because that's how car buying should be. With Carvana, you get the car you want. Choose delivery or pickup and a week to love it or return it.
Buy your car today with
Carvana. Delivery or pickup fees may apply. Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
With a detailed agent directory you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Looking for a listing agent's contact info? We've got it. The agent with the most sales in your price range? Easy. Specialized agents with all the up-to-date info on your dream neighborhood? We'll know them. A Pisces who enjoys long walks on the beach? You've got other sites for that. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Avoiding your unfinished home projects because you're not sure where to start? Thumbtack knows homes, so you don't have to. Don't know the difference between matte paint finish and satin? Or what that clunking sound from your dryer is? With Thumbtack, you don't have to be a home pro. You just have to hire one. You can hire top-rated pros, see price estimates, and read reviews, all on the app. Download today.
The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Japanese man says his hobby is breaking into homes, but not stealing anything. Meanwhile, doctors recommend taking a walk after dinner tomorrow to let your butt sing. Speaking of doctors, never good when one tells you your penis is dead. A woman gets DUI when around an airport runway she sped. And firefighters say pretzel from a house fire in Bothell. It's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, our top story, we go to Japan, where a man was arrested for trespassing. The 37-year-old was picked up by authorities who got the call from the property owner saying that the man was wandering around his garden uninvited. They arrived on the scene and arrested the man without incident, but it turns out that he wasn't there to steal or vandalize anything. No. He told authorities that trespassing is actually his hobby. He loves it. He says he loves the thrill of being in places that he's not supposed to be, and the excitement and anticipation as to whether he'll be caught or not, which is why he's been arrested and charged with trespassing not just once, no, not just twice, but 1,000 times.
He just likes going in and wandering around.
He does. He just like
It doesn't steal anything. It doesn't wreck anything. He doesn't.
Like, this is a nice house.
Right.
Yeah, what kind of TV they got?
Is it a word for that? Like a kleptomaniac that just steals to steal?
That's a good call.
Right, because like kleptos, I don't think always need the stuff they steal.
No,
They
and
just
it's not like
steal.
they're fencing it. You just do it because you like. I'm going to try that with the cops. Like, I know I'm snorting cocaine,
but it's just because I like it.
It's a hobby. It's just something I do, man.
It's not about getting high. It's just about whether or not I'll get caught.
Right. It's just the anticipation of getting really high.
Why did you break into this house? I like to watch Mike sleep.
Yeah. No. He told police that the excitement of wondering if he'll be caught helps relieve his stress. However, that works.
Okay.
I just masturbate.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, a cigarette.
I can't get to bed. Why not make this happen?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of like saying that going on a roller coaster or one of those drop rides just really, calms you down?
Yeah, it gets all my anxiety out when I'm screaming for my life.
Exactly. I suppose it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around, like, oh, that's just Steve. He just shows up on my lawn from time to time because he wants to see if he'll get caught.
Right. I mean, look, I guess if you're going to have an illegal behavior, that is your hobby, that's probably the best one.
Correct. Harmless, creepy as hell.
Creepy, sure.
Right. And
So I like to explain myself to the ladies. Oh, I'm creepy, yeah, but I'm harmless.
Harmless but creepy as hell. How you doing? In other news, there's an article from Self.com that's capitalizing on a trend that really grew some legs in this last year. It's been mentioned more than once on this show, but couples have been taking this new trend by storm, taking themselves for a fart walk after dinner to relieve the stress of bloating and discomfort after a meal, and also using the time to spend together with their partner for some quiet alone time.
It's a good idea.
You know, baby,
you've probably been in the house all day.
I love you so much.
You know what? It actually is very, very calming, especially, during the summertime, the sun's coming down a little bit. Maybe you've got a bubbly drink, whatever it is. You're just walking around town. It's fun. You just, catch up with each other. But Self.com is reminding all that Thanksgiving dinner would also be a great time to take advantage of the fart walk. It's the time of the year when we're consuming the most food and are celebrated for doing so. We've even moved beyond the theory of the tryptophan in turkey being the cause of everyone's sluggish demeanor after dinner and have realized that it's actually due to the food coma that we're putting ourselves into. So consider after dinner tomorrow taking yourself, your partner, your dog, the whole family to go out and let them fly before Thursday night kickoff.
Take the dog, get that over with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, for a change, it won't be raining on Thanksgiving.
I know.
Right. Take a joint. Just take a nice walk.
Exactly. Just go see the neighborhood.
You're buzzed already.
You're still flying on that 10 milligram gummy.
There's a bar open.
Wonder if there's a bar open. Oh, no.
Well, some Thanksgivings, you never know at Fremont.
Oh, yeah.
Thing is, my dad's got upwards of 30 people at his house. If we all go and just descend on a bar, like...
Oh, he's got a bar open at his home.
Yeah, it's a fact.
You don't have to do anything.
Let's go to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where planes were delayed for a very, very stupid reason. Police got a call about an errant driver that had managed to get herself onto the runway of the local airport, driving around and blocking traffic on the tarmac. Crews moved in and got her pulled out of the vehicle to find out the unthinkable. What do you know? She was drunk at the time of the incident.
What?
Oh. What's more is this is the second day that officers were called out to
What
take
the
care
hell?
of this drunk driver at the airport. We know this thanks to body cam footage that was released of the arrest, which has a wonderful scene that
Did
you
you
can see
did
there.
you see her?
Oh
She
my
has
God.
no idea where she is.
No, she has no
absolutely
clue, dude.
no clue what she's been doing.
She continues to tell officers that she did nothing wrong, that she doesn't remember driving onto the runway at all, and only had maybe 3 beers before going to the airport.
How big were your beers?
And drinking in the parking lot.
Oh.
I only had 3 beers, kind of maybe.
Foster oil cans.
Before I got... Oh, no, is it really?
No, I don't know. What's the biggest beer you can buy at a single serving?
Golly, just getting loaded at the airport parking lot. She's now facing some serious charges, which I'm amazed that it took them this long.
Yeah, okay.
You know, driving on the tarmac of an airport isn't exactly
Well, it
something
was
that
a
they
small,
slap you
it was
on
a
the wrist
small
for.
community airport, so it's
Right.
just people who have individual planes. So she's out
Okay.
there just driving around. It's not like it just got a terminal. She just drove on there and started like doing donuts and stuff.
Right. Not gonna lie, man.
Family's
that's
trying
crazy.
to land a Cessna, and she's out there burning rubber.
Which would be fun. Like, not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind just going out and tearing it up on a tarmac. But no.
Yeah, but Miles is right. What about the poor bastard in the Cessna that,
Right,
like,
it's like,
I need
what
to
are they
land?
doing down
I'm running out of fuel.
Right. This isn't fun anymore.
Can't pull up on those things like that.
Right.
Right. But just in case those stories up to bad taste in your mouth,
Thankfully, there's good news.
we stay right here at home and go to Bothell, Washington. Fire crews in the area responded to, what do you know, an actual fire that was threatening a local home. Crews arrived on the scene and started the process of putting the blaze out, but there was someone inside that needed rescue. They broke down the door and rushed in to rescue Pretzel.
Thank God they got pretzel.
The young doodle dog that had become trapped inside the building during the fire. She was rescued from the home and taken to a
I
local
was
vet to
hoping
be
it was a
treated for
big
injuries.
Bavarian one with beer cheese. Get that.
Get that one.
Name for a
Get that out
dog,
of
though.
there.
Right, it's a pretzel dog.
Pretzel?
Pretzel. Oh, yeah, I love it.
What's up, Pretzel?
Men's Room Sports.
Don't be so salty, Pretzel.
Tonight you got NBA on ESPN, hockey on TNT, college hoops everywhere else, and the Kraken are hosting the Anaheim Ducks tonight at 7 p.m. on King 5 and Kong. What do you know? We're not going to be here tomorrow, so let me just lay it down for you. Thanksgiving football has the Bears and Lions at 9:30 a.m. 9:30 a.m. on CBS. Giants and Cowboys on Fox at 1:30, and then Dolphins and Packers at 5:20 on NBC. Friday has an NFL game snuck in there, as well as the Raiders and Chiefs are playing at on Friday at noon on Amazon. You've also got another Kraken game on at 12:30 against San Jose on Friday, and 7 o'clock on Saturday over on Kong. As far as Sunday, your Seahawks going to New York to take on the Jets, the almighty Jets, for one more 10 a.m. game on Sunday, and that'll be on Fox. As far as your weather, things are cooling down, but we should have a lovely holiday break to look forward to. We can expect clouds to move in and out all weekend long with some scattered showers to be expected. Look out for mid-40s temperatures during the day, dropping down to the mid-30s at night, and that is it for your headlines with that. Happy Thanksgiving. Mike Hawk is out.
Going over to somebody's house, here's what you need to bring. Men's Room IPA and the bright yellow can. Have a great weekend.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. In the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So have yourself a very good Thanksgiving. And until next time, please do what you do best and stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
With comprehensive reports on local schools you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Curious about where a school ranks in the state? Look no further. Percentage of teachers in their first or second year? We've got it. Lowest student-teacher ratio? No problem. The best cafeteria lunch in the district for your 9-year-old food blogger? Would it surprise you if we said yes?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This episode is brought to you by PBS, home of Ken Burns. Ken Burns films aren't just documentaries, they're national events. And his latest, The American Revolution, is the one you've been waiting for. When you think American Revolution, you probably picture tea crates in Boston Harbor, founders signing documents in Philadelphia, redcoats marching into battle. But Ken Burns, along with Sarah Botstein and David Schmidt, takes us so much deeper. This was a revolution that was bloody, complicated, and unbelievably consequential. It's a story of people, some you know and many you don't, who risked everything to change the course of history. Their fight for independence lit a spark for freedom that still burns today. George Washington called it the cause of mankind. And John Adams wrote to his wife Abigail, "Posterity, you will never know what it cost us to preserve your freedom." With the American Revolution, Ken Burns and his team bring us a story that's vast, human, and deeply relevant. A story that belongs to all of us. Stream the American Revolution on the PBS app. I can't wait to watch.
Get smoother, brighter skin instantly in one easy step. Dermalogica's daily microfoliant gives you the smooth, glowy skin you want without damaging your skin barrier. This gentle exfoliating powder activates with water to smooth out rough texture and brighten skin. It's powerful enough to deliver results, yet gentle enough to use every single day, even on sensitive skin. See the results for yourself. Visit Dermalogica.com and use code SMOOTH at cart for an exclusive free gift with $65 purchase.
Holiday doorbuster deals are on at Lowe's. Today only, get select 1-quart poinsettias and select translucent plant saucers for $1 each. That means for a limited time, you can decorate to get in the Christmas spirit for less. Shop in-store to make sure you don't miss out on big savings all day. But hurry, these offers won't last long. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 11/28, in-store only, limit 16 per person. Selection varies by location, while supplies last.
Explore your purpose. Become your potential. With an advanced degree from Marquette University Graduate School, Marquette graduates excel in their fields and are sought after for their academic preparation. With more than 70 career-advancing programs, you will find unlimited opportunities to discover a rewarding path. Most programs offer flexible formats for busy professionals. Become your potential. Search Marquette Graduate for more information. Marquette University. Be the difference.